Yeah, Harry actually decided to turn up like an hour and a half before the stream started instead of 20 minutes beforehand. And it's crazy how cold Fireball gets when it's been in the freezer for an hour.
Yeah, you know you can always actually buy it yourself. You know that, right? You know that's the thing you can do, Lexie. Chat, how are we doing?
Hiya!
Hello. Harry's shirt goes hard.
Oh, wait, you took your jumper off. I didn't see this.
Dude, you fuck with it. It's my,
What's your wolf name?
Jerry Maguire.
Oh, like Jamiroquai. Is that the guy who did I'm Just a Cosmic Girl?
Yeah, and he goes, dancing, arranging furniture.
Yo, that's cold. We should do like, you know, when American, like a Super Bowl ad for Fireball Friday and it's just us as Jamiroquai.
We're like
we're in a moving room, but it's just us moving.
But we're both each half of Jamiroquai. You know when some people dress up as like a donkey for Halloween, someone's the front half, someone's the back half.
Yo!
Or like the Chinese dragon performers.
Oh my god. That goes so hard.
Right, that should be a movie.
Anyway, welcome to Fireball Friday, everybody!
Hello.
We are so excited for today's episode. I feel like today marks... Do you know what? I think we started off with such a bang with Fireball Friday, and then we kind of like slowly but surely got like very concerned about how much we were drinking, and I felt we took it back a little too much.
Yeah, I think we're going to get sloshed tonight.
And in the words of Pitbull, we're bringing it back.
We're on the buzzballs too.
Why is Harry dressed like a Temu victim? I'm crying. I got removed!
First of all, bitch, this is vintage. Okay, I bought this at the that vintage shop. I bought this on the Tupperphone. At that vintage shop, and I'm like, dude, Temu victim's crazy. I'm actually self-conscious.
For the Christmas special, if we do a Christmas one, can we do ugly Christmas sweaters for each other? We buy each other Christmas shirts.
Yeah, any Christmas shirt you wear is ugly because you're ugly.
Thank you so much.
It's alright.
Do you know what? It's a good thing that you said that because it shows that you really stand for feminism and you're against misogyny.
Yeah.
Because if you told me that I would look pretty, then that would have meant you were just like, you know, giving into misogyny.
Exactly. Yeah. No, you're clapped. However, sorry, I didn't mean that.
This is actually why ex-girlfriend left you.
Cheated on me, actually.
It's actually why a girlfriend doxed you.
Okay. Well, if we're going to go X for X, I know...
Yeah! We can go X for X.
Harry, you do look like a Temu victim, but you have a fantastic smile.
Okay, they're just lying to you now. So let's get started with this. Please don't make that fucking thing. You look like someone when you do that, and I can't put my finger on who it is. Shane Dawson.
Dude, I hit the hagger.
You do the double need proposal.
To infinity and waffles.
Okay. Wait! That was so funny!
Wait, that hit.
Oh my god, yo, what the fuck? Okay, let me open my fucking buzzball.
That actually is
Buzzball,
so
can you
hard.
open this please? I've got nails.
I have nails too.
Buzzball haul.
Buzzball haul.
Can we get do we have any mods in the chat? Can we get a pinned message if we have any mods? Because, Chloe, my angel, can we get a tagged message with the Patreon and mine, Harry, and Eleanor's links, please?
I would also like to issue a formal apology. The Patreon was, dude, Patreon was glitchy. Every time I'd press upload, it wouldn't upload it. It would just put it fully uploaded into the drafts. But all hangovers now uploaded now.
So don't worry, you just gave us your money for a month for no reason.
Well, no, because it's just kind of a bit delayed. But it's all up now. I do apologise. And we have some awesome videos we're posting after this.
Yeah, I'm really excited. We've gotten into the habit. We actually went out on Tuesday. I don't do the intro for too long because we have our guest waiting. But we actually went out on Tuesday and Harry drunkenly just kept taking videos going, it's for the Patreon! So expect a lot. Also, thank you to everybody watching because tonight apparently we got Squidcrafts on, we got the Big Brother final on, and you guys are watching us. So thank you very, very much.
True.
But today we've got a very good episode, haven't we?
Do you want to give a warm welcome?
I'm actually so excited for this episode, I'm going to piss my fucking pants.
Yeah, I'm going to piss your pants.
The woman that needs no introduction. YouTube's favourite true crime YouTuber, ginger, girl, boss.
Brat
Boss. Oh, I'm trying to think of other things, there's just so much more. And Cat's mum, everybody. Eleanor Neale! Yes! Oh, she was ready for the intro as well!
Hello.
Hi, everybody!
Oh my god, I'm so excited for this. Well,
I got my own buzzball as well.
which one do you have?
what
Yeah,
are you
we're going to a
sipping
buzzball haul.
Buzzball haul. I got chili mango.
I've got strawberry Rita.
I got chalk tea.
Ooh.
What's it like?
I
Is
like
it
it.
just
Try
an
it.
alcoholic,
It-
like chocolate milk?
It doesn't even taste alcoholic. It just tastes like chocolate milk, but it's like
That's like a Bailey's.
Yeah.
That is
Just
just
my pants if I
Bailey's.
drank
it's
that.
That's
14%
pretty
dailies.
That's really
Well,
nice.
I think we start as we mean to go on. This bottle is like wet from where it's been in the freezer, and I'm really scared I'm going to drop it. So
Try not to.
Thank you. Oh, I'm like shaking. I'm nervous.
No, you
do
should
you know
be.
what?
I don't do live stuff often.
I know. How does it feel? You always do stuff with Jack, don't you? I mean, we'll get onto that, but
Yeah, to be fair, whenever I do lives with Jack, I always have a little glass of wine or something. His chat think I'm an alcoholic.
You went a bit Irish there.
well, you're on the right show.
Yeah.
You're on the right
Yeah.
show. for alcoholics.
I have all the different accents in my Rolodex.
Let's on the roller on the Pokedex. That's
my
crazy.
Cheersy.
to
Cheers, girls, to good sex forever and ever.
Yes.
To
Oh,
good-
you
to-
guys put it
to
down.
good
You stamp
sex.
it, otherwise it's bad sex. God, that is like ass. I just can't do it anymore.
I haven't had Fireball in ages.
I used to love it.
You guys are so sick of it, having it every week.
So
Genuinely,
sick of
we always say this every episode since the Tubbo one where we drank 2 bottles so fast. We had like 3 weeks where we drank 2 bottles every week, and
Ah!
the hangover off the Tubbo one.
I don't even
Mick
get
can't do it.
hungover anymore.
No, I think
I'm
that's
like-
impossible.
You've like surpassed.
I've like,
hangover.
but I bet I don't even get as drunk off one bottle. I think our tolerance has gone up, but only from Fireball. I still
yeah,
get,
any other alcohol,
I
I'm
get
like,
sloshed off everything but Fireball.
I'm sorry
Is it
if that's
whiskey?
Yes,
Yeah.
cinnamon whiskey.
I
Well,
saw-
welcome to Fireball Friday. I just cut Harry off
I'm
on
so
the
excited to be here, everybody.
We've tried to get Eleanor for so long. You're such a girl boss, busy bitch.
To be fair, yeah.
With all sorts that we'll be talking about shortly. But do you want to introduce the fun little mini game before we
We are
start?
playing Say It or Shot It.
Since you're a resident party girl, we thought
Yeah.
we'd bring that side back out with a fun little party game.
And it's live, so
So-
we can't cut it out.
And we thought we'd
That's
start.
why I'm scared.
That's why we do it whilst you were like relatively sober. Although we have purposefully constructed these to get you to drink.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay then. Let's go, babe.
Okay,
Where's my
wait.
phone? Hold on.
Do you want to
Oh,
start?
sorry.
No, it's okay. I can start.
Oh wait, should we have tense mini game lighting? Boom.
Oh no, I actually am really tense.
Wait a minute, I'm terrified. Wait a minute, I'm terrified.
Eleanor Neale, also known
Yeah.
as Ellie. Who is, and no low-hanging fruits for this. Okay, there are going to be some obvious answers. Okay, that's not what we want.
Okay.
Who is the worst content creator you have met?
What? Oh. As in, like, makes the worst content or the
No,
worst person?
no, worst person.
Someone that you've been like, ugh.
Ooh.
Can't be any low hangers. Can't be I'm Alex.
Yeah.
But, you know what? Before the cancellation, my answer still would have been him.
Oh yeah, I'm gone now. Actually,
He was such a bitch.
I hate to be that, but you know how everybody was like, we all knew he was a dickhead, and everyone was like, you can't be saying that. But it was like,
But
he
like
was a
genuinely,
dickhead.
people behind the scenes didn't like him. Like he was notorious for like gossiping and bitching about people and then being besties to their face.
Yeah, just the fact that he was an
Right.
abuser was just a whole.
I
other
mean, yeah,
reason
that
to
just
hate
fucking
him.
tops it off, doesn't it? But I'll give you a different answer. Sure.
Well, you can always do a shot.
No, sir. You know what? I'll say this and I'll give my reason because I've only ever met this person once. True Geordie, right?
Oh, he likes poo on his chest.
I have heard.
He likes poo on
But
his
that's
chest.
not why. I'm not a kink
and,
shamer.
And in his words, he wants to have sex with somebody after they've been fucked by a big black cock. He said that as well. And I-
That's mad.
I didn't know that.
And
I
then-
didn't realize he's a scat man.
and then a poo. He is the.
Give
You
me that.
could be that. Oh wait, I did the fireball one. What's that? But yeah, True Geordie. Because I felt like my favorite TikToker then. Does anyone know her? Corinna? What's her surname? She's always doing. But yeah. Anyway, True Geordie because. One time he came up to one of my friends who's a smaller content creator. We were at this party, everyone was just mingling with whoever. It wasn't like some events that you go to in this industry are people care about numbers.
Yeah.
But like at this specific event, no one cared about numbers. There were creators of all sizes there.
It was an Eleanor Neale
And
party.
no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
That's where they care about numbers.
My
True
party-
Geordie would not be at an Eleanor Neale party.
To be fair, my parties are getting a reputation. They're coming back in
Oh,
January.
we'll be talking about it, baby girl. Do not worry.
I am kind of the queen of house parties.
It's true.
But yeah, my birthday, January 24th. It's coming
Right, it's
back.
in the calendar.
But yeah, True Geordie, one of my friends, a smaller creator, went up to him, just starting a normal conversation, being like, hey, da da da. And he was like, sorry, am I supposed to know who you are? Like,
Ugh.
in that kind of like, it was so condescending. That just put a bad taste in my mouth. Honest, I'll be so honest though, there's not many creators that I've had a bad experience with, so I guess that is kind of like the
But it's
only
because
one.
you're hot and funny and like you're doing well for yourself. So
Well, thanks,
like,
babe.
you know, people
True.
like
You know what though?
Love you.
That is kind of something really sad that happens. Like whenever I go places with like my smaller creator friends, we'll come home at the end of the night and they'll be like, "Oh my god, so and so was such a dickhead," and I'll be like, "Shit, I had a really good experience with them," and like. It's just so obvious that it's a numbers thing. Like, I'll come home and be like, so-and-so was so nice. And they'll be like, they ignored me. They gave me evils and shit like that.
That's mad.
So sad
Well,
how many people are like that.
True Geordie held the door open for me when he go darling, so I don't think he's that
And
bad.
then
Oh,
he went-
well, there we go.
He
He's
went, "Here you
redeemed
go,
himself.
darling. Have a poo on my chest, please."
Yeah, to be fair, I did find it weird when he started talking about that. Like, he kept asking if I needed to go to the toilet.
Kept asking, have you had any sweet corn recently?
Yeah,
Do you know if they do sweet corn at
He
the
kept
buffet
going,
there?
when was the last time you ate, like, a laxative?
And do you want one?
And you were like, yeah, when he put something in my drink, that was really peculiar. Okay, next question. Oh, you answered as well. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're very well known for your parties. Again, something we will talk about later. Is there ever someone you've invited to your parties, or someone that's turned up, that you wish you hadn't invited, or that you wish wasn't there?
I
You
mean,
can't say average Harry.
lol, because that would have been my answer.
Oh god, we all know the stories.
You know what? The first answer that comes to mind is someone's +1, so I feel like I can't really say it. So I'll shop.
Oh!
But
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'll tell
keep
the
going.
story anyway, but I'm just not going to name names because it's someone's like... I think it's a smaller creator, but I think it was also someone's like home friend that they brought. But this girl got so drunk at my house party. It was the first time I ever met her. She fell on top of a standing lamp. And I woke up the next morning and it was like this
That's
in my
big.
living room. Because she'd fallen on a standing lamp and I keep all my records underneath it.
Oh.
She fell on top of my records and you know what? I haven't even played half of them out of fear because I just know they're all
It's
bent
like
and
Schrodinger's
warped.
record.
Oh.
Because you know, like Ellie's part, again, we'll talk about it later. It's literally a whole question we have. It's like everyone knows everyone, but you know that someone who was a +1 will be like, "I'm going to a Neale party." You know that for them, that would have been like a
was
game
epic.
changer.
Cheers, girls.
Yeah.
So
To
getting
that,
too
to that
drunk.
really drunk girl that bent my lamp.
Oh no.
And I felt bad as well because the girl who brought her, like a couple of parties later, because the girl who brought her is like genuinely one of my creator friends and she gets invited to every single party. And she's brought other +1s, and then a few parties down the line she was like, "Oh, can I bring her again?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to be honest with you. She broke a lot of shit in my house." Oh my god! And you know, I have those I have like pitcher jugs that have a tap on. So you
Yes,
lift,
I
lift
get
the
it.
tap,
Like the skull.
fill
Yeah.
your drink, and then you turn the tap off.
The party juice goes crazy.
This girl that fell on the lamp, broke the records, went over, filled her cup, and walked away. The drink is just going all over my floor, and I was like, "What?" Like I was sober enough
And
to
that's-
catch that.
And there's also like a whole bottle of Disaronno in there. That's a whole bottle of Disaronno.
Yeah.
Oh
that
my
shit's
god,
strong.
them pictures are lethal,
They're
especially
crazy.
towards the end of the night
Yeah,
when
the
we're
drinking,
like,
when you and Adam are in control is crazy.
we just grab a bottle of vodka and it's like all in.
Oh, but don't worry, we'll get into more detail later after
Oh.
the ad break. Okay, your attention strategy.
That was W attention.
Okay.
Do you have an ad break?
No, we should do. Oh no, we're not even affiliate yet, guys. We're gonna be affiliate by next Fireball Friday.
How do we get that?
You just have to actually stream.
It's our stream.
It's hours, yeah. But we only stream once a week. So
Look how your shirt's bending.
No, I'm not crossing my legs anymore, man.
I didn't realize you were such a leg crosser.
It's that wolf in me. That's because I have a small willy. So I
Where?
can.
Oh no, is that why people? Is that how men can cross their legs? I know a lot of men that cross their legs.
I think a lot of men can't because they've got a big willy, but not me. Very small.
But not me. I
Very-
don't have to worry about that one.
Very, very small.
Next question, Harry.
Eleanor Neale. Now,
This feels like a job
as
interview from
with
hell.
your boyfriend Jack,
I have that.
my best friend, my closest friend ever,
Sweet.
and I feel as his best friend, I need to ask, what is the worst thing about him, say it or shut it? You can't talk about all the cheating as well. That's a low hanging.
Yeah, no,
Jesus. He ain't never done that to my knowledge. You know what? I will say it because he's aware of it and it's something that he's working on, and he's actually getting his ADHD assessment. Like, he's literally sorting it today. But what I'm about to say, I think, is a product of his ADHD, so I feel a bit bad. But he just, like, forgets that we've made plans and he'll double book over it. Like,
Oh, I do.
we're going to see Fontaine's DC.
Oh.
in concert like next week, and he had double booked it, and I was like, you bitch, I love them so much, and who am I supposed to go with? But he knows, like, he's been in trouble for it before, and he's working
He's
on
aware.
it.
Silly man brain.
Well, yeah.
It is,
and
like-
also just big fat ADHD. He definitely has it. He was telling me he was going through the questionnaire and he was like, agree or like heavily agree for everything. Apart from, there was one question, he came into my room afterwards and he was like, it had a question about like interrupting other people when they're busy. And I was like, you do that all the time.
There's stuff you don't even realize it's ADHD related that you're like, holy shit. No,
Yeah.
I thought that was just you.
Like, he'll come into my office and he'll see that I'm, like, at work, but he really needs to tell me this thing. And you know what? I've never been this close with someone that's got, like, super ADHD before. So it's taken me a little bit of learning that, like, I just come away from what I'm doing. I let him say his shit for a couple of minutes and then I go,
Oh, yeah.
okay, darling, I need to get back to work now. And then I go back to work and
Mummy
he's...
needs to work now.
Genuinely, it is. But he's then got it out of his system, which is, I think, what he needs.
Oh, and it's nice
Yeah.
that you, and it's nice that
Oh,
you...
you know what? I'll drink to that.
Do you know what? I'll drink to...
I'll drink.
I'll drink to Jack Manifold.
This is a say it and shot it.
Yeah.
You know what? You've asked the bitch that does say it or shot it videos on her second
I
channel.
know.
Like, I am so used to saying it.
You're like Charlie. You and Charlie are like the hardest people to say or show for.
Oh my god, I once did a Truth or Dare video with Adam and Jake, right? And do you know who Jay Zink is?
Yes. Oh my god, there's Jay Zink law that runs deep in the Brighton streets.
Who's Jay Zink?
If you know, you know. I'll tell you.
We gonna have to talk about
I'll tell
it
you after. It's so
upstream.
funny. He's a sweetie pie.
But in my Truth or Dare video, I got a dare to call someone in my contacts, and so for some reason I chose him. Wait, I answered it, and what did he say? Hello, stranger. I went, no! Damn, why did I bring that up there? That was, oh, yeah, because I'm just fucking willing to do shit.
Just go,
Instead of taking a drink, it's like, dare,
Balls to
call someone in your contacts. I'm like, well, yes.
Well,
That's
that
not
actually
even
brings
a
us on to our
bad
next
dare.
question, actually, which is called Jay Zink.
He's a lovely boy.
Who is Jay Zink?
Lovely boy,
Well, I'll
to
go-
my knowledge.
What an angel.
He was also on, oh shit. He was on Naked and Afraid? No. What is it? Naked Attraction. Naked Attraction.
What's Naked and Afraid?
You ever watch Naked and Afraid?
Isn't that where they like strip him and put him on an
They
island?
put him on an island. Yeah. It's
Philip
great.
Sc- made that
Schofield
up.
style. Did you see that Philip Schofield's trying to come back?
Yeah, I know, he's
But-
Naked and Afraid.
The show's going right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, the worst, when you get exposed to being a nonce, the worst thing to do is do a show where you own an island.
On island,
I'm
yeah.
like, dude, that's like the whole thing they got
Okay,
Epstein
will any
for.
tweet?
Did he tweet that?
Yeah.
Fuck. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, this guy that we know was on Naked Attraction. So like, if we wanted, we could pull his penis up right now.
But basically,
Yeah,
I
it's a
was
crazy
well.
That's
show.
upsetting. You shouldn't be able to go on Google and pull up an acquaintance's genitals.
Yeah. Well, I was in the smoking area of a club. I'll just tell you the story now. And you know, they're like smoking area interviews will be like, would you rather never have sex again or only have sex with your parents watching? And I was being interviewed by this person. Then a guy afterwards came up to me and went, Lexie, you know G and Toby, and it was Jay. So he used to work in Brighton. I actually like
Yeah, he's
everywhere.
I actually think he's a Brighton native.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And then I accidentally didn't go to his leaving drinks, and he added me on like every social media,
Oh, you're
messaging
evil.
me, being like, "Are you coming to my leaving drinks?" But I was really ill.
You're so evil.
I think he can be a bit of a creep with women, but I don't think he's a bad person.
You've met him. He was at Olivia's birthday.
Was it?
Yeah, you were just too drunk to remember.
Where did we go on Olivia's birthday?
Oh. Okay.
Oh my god, yeah, I was levered.
Next question.
Oh, is this a me or a you?
It's me.
Okay.
What's the worst rumor you've heard about yourself?
Ooh. You know what? As far as I'm aware, there ain't that many. I'm not sure
As
though.
far as you're, I've seen
You guys are gonna
I'd
turn
say
around and
too.
go, well, there's that rumor that you like. I don't want to know. I'll have to shop because like all the rumors are just shit. Like,
And you know what? And maybe all the rumors are true.
maybe
I
no,
heard
they're
that
not.
true.
Okay, I was just trying to promote Catty.
I've
but
seen
you know,
like-
I actually don't know if love Catty, stream Catty.
I've seen loads of rumours, and I've never seen one which is a lie. So
honestly, that's all I'm saying.
So
Every
then
single
they're
thing
not
you see
rumours,
about
they're
LA.
they're truths.
But what are
They're
they?
truth. They're truths being spread about you.
What are
about
the rumors
Eleanor.
about Ellen and Neale?
So many.
You know when
Chat, bring in the rumors about Ellen and Neale. Go on Reddit.
you know
No joke.
back in the day when there used to be like insider source revealed that the Brighton group, and it would be the biggest load of bullshit, and you're like, who is this reliable source that
The
you
Shade
got?
Club.
The
I miss the Shade Club.
Cheers, girls.
Cheers to rumours.
To rumours.
Eleanor isn't ginger, yay. Oh my god, you see her bathroom, it's just full of box dye.
Genuinely, actually, Adam was trying to make that a thing online for so long, being like, that's actually a wig. She wears a wig. And it got so bad that they were like, look, someone said it's a wig!
It's a wig.
So many people in my like Instagram comments for so long were like, take the wig off.
That's like a funny bit. That's like, where's the hound?
Yeah, that was my version of where's the hound.
Take the wig off.
Where is the fucking hound?
But where's the fucking hound?
Where's the hound? We still haven't heard.
What's the hell?
You don't know where's that? So, oh my god, okay.
The
OG UK YouTube lore, Tanya Burr and Jim Chapman.
Oh my god, I
Yeah,
forgot about
and
that.
they had a dog called, was it Martha?
Martha, little
And-
sausage dog.
Oh.
Yeah, and they
Very
broke up
cute.
and the dog disappears. So everybody's messaging like, where's Martha? Where's Martha? Tanya Burr blocks the word Martha. So people resort to saying, where's the hound? to get around the... Where's the hound is like one of the best things to ever happen to the internet.
That's so good.
I miss that era of the internet so much. Do you know what I was talking about on stream the other day? Summer in the City. You were like the face of Summer in the City.
Bring it back. Genuinely, I'm really sad that there's not like a London creator convention anymore, really. They tried to bring VidCon a little while back, didn't they? But
And it fucking
that was like
sucked.
pre-COVID.
But yeah, but ever since
Tana
COVID-
Mojo was there.
Oh,
Really?
I would have loved to have met her. Like, she's like my problematic fave.
honestly.
I love Tana Mojo. Like, she's one of the very few cancelled people that, like, when they talk about their cancellation and how they've grown after, like, I really believe her.
Yeah.
You know? I think she's great. I think she's really, like, learnt from all the shit she's been through.
Axel was there? Really?
That's so
Axel was
funny.
at VidCon London. VidCon, if you're watching this, John Green. Wait.
Yo!
No, both of them.
The Greens. Brighton, London
Green
again.
Party, Jill Stein.
Guys, stop saying that it's me. Back during the Neale bowling party escapade, there was the photo that went of like me and Jack that went viral. Everyone thought it was Tana Mojo.
Lol.
And it was me.
That's
and
kind of
everyone
And
was
you know
like,
what? That's a good thing, because weren't they getting shit for that photo?
and everyone was like, it was like even fucking Keemstar. It was like, Jordan founded Tana Mojo at the Neale bowling party. And I was like, fuck my shit
Dude,
line.
Partygate was awesome.
Partygate,
Mad.
one of my favourite edits of all time. Should I really phrase it like this? No. My favourite edit is the Don't Stop the Party edit. I love that one so much. It
I
killed me
think
Terrible.
my favourite thing to come from that was when I'm Alex went live afterwards and was like the fucking Joker dude. He had like this scary music on in the background going, It was all allowed in the rules, okay? You're fucking idiots.
Oh, that's a really good impression.
You're fucking idiots.
That's
And
really
I was
a
like,
really good impression.
Dude, it was so terrible. To be fair, it was all in the rules, but it's funny seeing I'm Alex do that.
Yeah, he really ran with that.
You
Considering-
should definitely do TikToks doing it. That is so
That's the worst
good.
person to do an impression of.
Honestly, that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
jacket era.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Steph met Tana at VidCon 2019. Told her her tits looked amazing and she said, thank you, baby. I was just
Hi,
super
Steph.
Hi, Steph. Hi, Steph. Hi, Steph.
Love you.
Soon to be Brighton resident.
What?
I know!
You're moving here. Come here now.
Steph, we have you need to message Amesy back because we have a girly group chat now for Brighton and we were asking for your number and Amy said that they'd sort it and I don't think they did.
How does Harry's list believe when he doesn't I'm Alex impression?
Just because Alex also has a lisp, so you're just like...
Exactly. That's so fun. Wait, Steph, when are you coming on Fireball Friday? Hold on.
Is she what?
When are you coming on Fireball Friday?
Whoa, we
Well,
don't do that
she's-
here. This
she
is a
moving.
child-friendly show.
True.
She said she's coming for us
I can't
right
wait.
now.
Sexy sim girls in Brighton. I'm gonna see my goddamn mind.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Oh yeah, I've actually got a bang question for you, and I remember it, but just to jog my mind.
I love it when you can tell when Harry like hasn't unlocked his phone and remember that it's his question because he'll say that.
So, you were on Locked In.
Who remembers? Who remembers
One in
that?
Clay, if you remember. One in Clay, if you
Goated
remember.
lineup, by the way, on that bad boy.
Who was, well, what was, or who was the worst person?
V.
Who
V.
was?
V.
Who was? Oh,
V is a horrible fucking bitch, I'll be so real. She was horrible. She was so fat phobic. Like she genuinely didn't like me from the beginning. Had such a thing about me. Even when the cameras were off in an evening, like would have them off for like 8 hours. And like obviously Bambino Becky was there and she was like my bestie at the time. And so I don't know, I would just hear all the shit that V would say about me and like, especially then I came out afterwards. The worst part is, no hesitation, it's foul.
yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't even get to finish the question.
Yeah, I thought you were saying V. I was like, yeah.
Surely everyone guessed that. Like,
Who is V? What did you do?
so she was like one of the only girls in there. I think it was me, Becky, Eloise, and V.
Yeah, so 4 of you.
Was there another one? I'd feel bad if there was another one. But yeah, there were very few girls. Me and Becky were very close, obviously. And why are you laughing at that?
No, someone said negative ping.
What does that mean?
It's like, when you're playing video games, there's something called ping, and it's because of the internet, how quickly your movement actually makes an action in the game. And if it's high ping, it's a lot of time. But if it's negative, it means you did it before. It was. Oh, sorry.
It is how quickly you answer the question.
Well, you're very quiet.
It's because he got embarrassed that he was talking about
Does
gaming.
it pick his voice up well enough?
We haven't had an episode in a hot second that's been just girlies. So like,
Thanks for that
we're in
riveting
my
stuff,
element.
Harry. Fuck off.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be so real. Yeah, the V stuff was sad because like she she really made me believe that we were friends while we were in there, but then I got out afterwards and I saw the episodes and I spoke to Becky and I don't know. It was really,
you little nasty.
It was actually really sad. Like, I've never been in a situation where I've genuinely so believed that that's a friend. That's
so nasty.
That she's on my team, and then I come out and I'm like, damn, you weren't at all. Damn. I have like a lot of trauma from locked in. I'm gonna be so real.
And we'll be talking about it shortly.
W viewer attention.
Yes!
Is that for like the YouTube version?
Or maybe we should start like actually
because
putting
what
in
are
ad
the breaks? Yeah, you should put.
Imagine we say
up.
after the break, and then 2 minutes later it's the ad break.
We should put the ad break in.
I mean, we're not making any money from it anyway. They all get limited because.
Do you put these up on? You put them up on
Yeah,
YouTube?
but they all get demonetized because we swear so much.
And because we get fucking levered.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
I think also, I think they just demonetized one, then went, yeah, fuck you guys. You're never making it.
Yeah,
We made $40. We made $42.81.
Hold on.
Slay. And that's how they bought the bottle of Fireball.
Yes! Okay. So, you're a London resident, a northern girly,
Not
turned
even.
London girly, now moved to sunny Brighton. Which leads to the big question.
Yeah, no, it's been real.
You know what? I was being optimistic.
Sorry.
The big question.
I thought you said I was being autistic. I was like, oh yeah, fair enough.
Guys,
Right?
allow it. London or Brighton?
Brighton.
No.
Absolutely.
Really?
Literally right before we started stream, Ellie was like, I love Brighton so much. And I was like, fuck. That was the question.
Genuinely, I'll say what I said to them earlier. Like, I've moved here and I didn't realise how much I needed to leave London until I've got here, and it feels like, you know?
That's what I was like, to be fair.
like...
My absolute favourite thing about living here is that, me and Jack were saying this the other day, it feels like you live in like Animal Crossing, in like a little
Yeah.
Everything is walking distance. Like, I was sat at the cafe the other day and Harry walks past and we just sit and have a conversation.
You just bump into everyone.
NPC interaction.
Because so many people live here and it's not that big.
Yeah.
It's like, I've lived in London my whole life. I'd never actually I'd never bump into other Londoners.
Yeah.
I know who didn't go to school with them. And now it's like I just bump into everyone here and I'm like, this is so cool.
It's brilliant. And even like people that aren't in our immediate friend group, like I walked past the cafe that I go to and I saw Isaac HP outside and I was like, hello, you're
I
alright.
love Isaac.
I want to go to one of his gigs.
The
so
Brighton
bad.
TikTokers are just such a rare, they're like a rare Pokemon.
They're shiny.
They're like their own circle, but when you rarely bump into them in public, but when you do, it's so funny.
But they're always together. I've never bumped into one by themselves.
And I always bump
That's
into
actually
Sam.
very true. Isaac was with that guy Waif or something. I don't know.
I bump into Isaac and Sam a lot. Samsung.
I love Sam
Sam
Sings.
Sings.
I bump into that man in Clapham more than I see my own mother.
Really?
That man is everywhere all the time, all
He's
at once. What a
active.
guy. And he hates women.
He's actually active. He hates women.
No, he does whenever he's drunk. Okay, basically we went on a night out with him and the boys were walking home and some girls walked past the boys and went, you guys look so 80s. Sam was so leathered, he went, and you're so clapped! And rainbow, step overs down the street. Every woman that walks past, he just would be like, fuck you! And he'd but he's rainbow stepping down the street like this.
Jesus.
He'd be like,
Oh
you're a bitch!
Oh my god.
So bad.
No,
So we want to get Sam
I think that's wrong, by the way. And I think period products should be free.
Honestly,
Yes.
Yeah.
We need more men like him.
You're such an
Yeah.
ally.
Guys, I'm written by a woman. And I would eat a pomegranate nicely.
Pomegranate.
I would eat a pomegranate really nicely.
That was brilliant. That That was so good.
Nicely,
You
by
would
the
peel
way.
a pomegranate.
Yeah.
I would peel it. I would
Like,
peel it and then.
with time and patience.
Yeah, it would probably take me upwards of 50 minutes. Because
Yeah.
So detailed.
of how careful I am.
It's just because of how feminist I am,
Yeah.
you know?
No, you take you so long because you stopped to read a feminist novel whilst you were doing it.
I'll stop to tweet about how wrong the wage gap is.
Yeah.
I would peel half the pomegranate and go on change.org and maybe sign a few petitions.
Go vote for Kamala.
It takes like 3 hours to peel a pomegranate.
Yeah, exactly.
I just buy the pomegranate pre, you know, like a little box from Tesco.
Pre-balled. Something to paint his protest.
But like, you're not a feminist though, Lexi.
No,
You
I
peel a
hate
pomegranate
women.
like a Terry's chocolate orange.
Yeah, I fucking would, man.
You
I
should kind
hate
of
women.
slam it.
Eat it like an apple. Don't give a shit
I
about
hate
the
that
skin.
shit. God.
Oh, I eat kiwis like apples.
Oh,
Who
I've
was
started
it?
doing that.
Grian that was like, famous Minecrafter Grian was like, yeah, you should eat kiwi skin. It's
Yeah.
really good for you.
Yeah.
It,
Well,
it just feels like an apple. You know how like the outside. I mean, it is just skin.
they sell the new kind where it's not furry, so it's still the skin and everything, but it doesn't have the fur, and you can just eat it like an apple. It's new.
Genetically modified. You know what? I kind of
Sickening.
fucking love science.
I actually love it.
When
I
it does shit like that, it takes the hair off of kiwis. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but even with the animals as well. The chickens are fucking huge. I'm like, that's mint.
They've made chickens so big.
I'm like,
You're like, wow, that's science. In 2024, we'll have flying cars. We've just got fucking huge chickens.
huge chickens. Yeah, that's how Audi does it so cheap. They're
Okay.
massive.
You've got the last question, but I don't think you wrote it down.
Is it still say it or shot it?
Yeah, I remember the last question. I got a question for you. How long have you and Jack been together now?
2 years and like
Woo!
a few months.
Yeah, so
A few months.
when are you guys getting married? Because I feel like you're taking your time a bit here.
Soon. Let me just check. Well, I don't know.
Yo, wait, W bit.
That's
Wait,
a
W bit.
shock because you can give an answer actually.
Oh, am I supposed to know? But yeah,
Yeah, I
fine.
think that's a shock.
Actually, you should be able to know.
I wonder if I'm allowed to tell the secret. The one that I told you in the
It made me scream. It made me scream. Chai made me scream.
Maybe. Like,
Probably not.
so
Actually, give her 2 more shots. No, wait, because I'll cry. I'll cry if you tell the story again.
I'll give a little hint. He knows the exact type of ring that I want, because don't you worry, I have been hinting. I'm going to make sure that boy gets the right kind of ring.
I just want you guys to get married because I really want to go on a stag do.
I literally said that to
I
her.
really-
No strippers.
No, what? That's the point of a stag do.
No strippers.
That's the whole point.
No
What?
strippers.
I
I'm
honestly,
that girlfriend.
I feel like Jack would have a stag do and be like, don't worry guys, I'm gonna go home early. And it would just be Harry at the stag do.
To be fair, if Jack had a stag do and there were strippers, he'd be like, no, my girlfriend's
no,
going to
my
be well
God, I hate
mad.
this.
No, to be fair,
Literally.
to my girlfriend watching as well, I would also do the same thing. So I'd probably leave the room until they've left.
Oh, okay,
So to
yeah.
let her know.
Cheers to stag do strippers.
To stag do
Stag
strippers.
do strippers.
I just want. We should go Benidorm for the stag do, and we go Sticky Vicky.
Oh, Jack calls you his wife and talks about marriage so much. So, what I was saying, he knows the exact kind of ring that I want, and he was shopping the other day with his mum, and he found one that was literally the kind of ring I want, and so he took a video of it. He was chatting to his mum, and his mum was like, have a look at all the rings, you know, like he was getting really excited and he was like, should I get it? He's told me this because he didn't get it, but
That you know of. Oh.
No, Jack's not cry. I'm actually gonna cry.
what if he got it and then he was like, what do you think of this? Like, wait!
No. I
Has
don't
he
know.
told you
I don't
something
know
that I don't
anything.
know?
I don't know anything.
Wait!
Wait, no, I actually don't know anything.
Harry's just confirmed that I'm getting proposed to in the next...
Every single time Jack invites
Few
you out
weeks.
anywhere.
No.
You know the TikToks where it's like,
No,
is
no,
he
no.
proposing or has he just
Oh
asked
my
you?
god.
No. Like, I actually don't know anything. I want to make that
Oh
very
my,
clear.
no, stop, because you'd be the first Brighton people to like do anything actually like.
Oh my god,
You'd be
anything
the first.
serious,
You'd be the first
yeah.
Brighton relationship to actually get
Go
married
well.
and not end with abuse. It's like you are shattering records.
You're going
with
against
this.
the odds, honestly, to be fair, you're
Well,
breaking records.
First non-abusive long-time relationship.
Yeah.
Brighton relationship.
Do you know what? I'll drink to that.
But it's so mad because it's actually so true.
Yeah.
I'm so upset.
I was saying this. It's like the generations of the Brighton group, because that was the end of the minigame, by the way. You survived.
Woo!
Woo!
I'm fireballed up. My hair's up. That's how you can tell I'm a bit tipsy
That's
now.
it. Less creepy lighting. Because the Brighton group is so generational though, and you were there for both generations.
Generational.
Even it's for the history books, and you were there even before Jack. You'd come to Brighton all the fucking time, so you saw like the old Brighton group, and you're part of the old Brighton group, and you've also seen it transition into the new Brighton group.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like it's so weird to see that. Like this time 2 years ago, we were on the beach, like
yeah, with so many people that won't fucking dare.
And now we're still on the beach, like woo.
Yeah.
Just us. It's just us now.
Just a more filtered out group. But you know what? It's so weird how shit catches you off guard like that, though. Like, to say there's been so much shit go on within the Brighton group, like, it's scary how much you don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
That's what pisses me off. Like, I watched this really good YouTube video on, like, like, you know, people allowing abuse in the content creation scene. And it's like, I know people think, like, cool bullshit when people are like, no, we didn't know. It's crazy how much people can do without you knowing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's such, like, obviously, abusers, most, like, 90% of the time know that they're an abuser. So they keep that shit hidden even from their friends, or they play it off in front of their friends.
They don't go to their besties and go like, "Hey guys, just did this."
Hey
and
guys, guess who I just hit?
Yeah, literally.
Like,
Innit? Like, so then you'd meet up with them in the evening and like not know a fucking thing about it until it comes out online, and it like makes you feel very hollow inside. It's a horrible feeling. It's such a unique thing as well, actually. Like, me and Jack have been talking about this for the past like 6 months as everything's been coming out. Like, it's such a unique situation to have been real life, personal friends with a person and then find out that they were never who you thought they were.
It was like back to back to back as well. Like, I felt like I kind of like went to one person and they turned out to be horrible, and then the next, and then the next. It was like 4 people in a row that I was like, can we stop now?
Yeah.
However, Harry, would you like to talk about the first talking point?
Yes, you do true crime. No, you don't. You cover true crime.
You do some
I
real
don't
good
do
crime.
them.
You do a handful, the minor ones. You do not minor. Not like that. Not like that. Like everyone does minor crimes. Tax avoidance.
Well, not that. I don't do that. But sometimes when I get a bit drunk at a house party, I get a little bit klepto.
Yeah, I've nearly stolen so much shit from your house, and I'm glad that. I'm gonna be honest.
You know what? Thank you,
But
because I feel like that keeps the karma going. You know, like I've genuinely.
It's a cycle.
Before
I
me
didn't
and,
do it, but I was considering.
Oh my god, there was one house party when I was in college. I stole someone's trainers. I was so blackout drunk that I think I like swapped them for my own shoes, or I had my shoes in my bag and I couldn't find them, so I put on these shoes. And I got home and I woke up the next morning, obviously really hungover, found these Nike trainers in my conservatory. I was like, who the fuck are they? Sent a picture to the person whose party it was, being like, I've come home in someone's shoes. And they were like, yeah, she was looking for her shoes last night.
Oh.
I was like, I am so fucking sorry. I gave it back. Like, I came to college the next week and I handed them to the guy to give to the girl. I felt so bad, but like, drunk me thinks it's all fair game.
Yeah, awful.
Unfortunately.
Only stuff I've ever nicked from a party is this was like a 2-month stint where I would just nick the Apple fast chargers. They're so, they're so
Have you had one from my house?
not from your house.
Okay.
Wait, guys, Buzzballs is women owned?
Oh.
Yeah!
Okay!
Why do you think I bought them?
That's for my girls.
Feminism!
Fuck Mike Tyson, am I right?
Best to you, and that's on God.
Yeah, still that, and then I accidentally nicked a phone in an Uber once. But this is what it was. Someone left their phone. I was also incredibly drunk. I stand up as I'm getting out. I see a phone there. I go, oh my God, I left my phone. Wake up the next morning. Random phone is on my bedside table going, this is lost. Please call this number. I call it. Give them the phone. They gave me 100 quid.
And that's good karma. That's good
that's
karma.
I'm like, wait, W. Hold on.
Brick from the middle.
Thank you, Brick. Woo.
Brick, thank you for
So
the
anyway,
break,
do you want to
Brick.
finish the question?
Oh, yes, sorry. How did you start true crime? What got you into it?
Probably the question you've been asked the most, but we wanted to go. Just for anybody who possibly doesn't know who you are in the chat, which would be crazy anyway.
I do true crimes these days. You know what's actually a really boring answer, but I'll tell you anyway. I started the channel in the first place just doing like makeup videos. My first ever video was a Valentine's makeup tutorial, and I gave you 3 lip options. One of them was a metallic liquid lipstick.
Okay,
Is that good?
Who the fuck is wearing
Kylie.
this?
Oh, no.
Grim.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Kylie though. But yeah, I started just doing makeup. You know why? Because I was like so depressed. I left college early, right? Because I was so depressed and anxious, and I like had to get like all this official government stuff to be able to like actually drop out of college. And it was so sad. Like, I was so fucking sad. I remember like being really worried that like everyone else my age would have their A levels, have their BTECs, and I would be so underqualified that like I would never be able to get a job. Sorry, it's such a downer, but then
Vibe killer over here.
it actually really is, and that's because I've had severe depression all my life. But yeah, at that point, I was like spending all day, every day in bed. It was depressing to the point where I was like, shit, I just need something to get me out of bed. And I loved watching makeup YouTube at the time, you know, like, hate to say it, but like the Jeffree Star era and the James Charles of it all, and like, you know, I was watching all of that and I was like, hey, I do my makeup kind of funky sometimes, I'll make a video. So then just to get me out of bed, I was making YouTube videos every day of like doing different makeup and reviewing different products. And then it got to a point where I was like used to that I was like, what else can I integrate into my YouTube channel? I was doing vlogs. I did a few videos of like, there was this trend going around. I think it's going around on TikTok again these days that were like, it was among like mummy YouTubers that were like, names I thought about for my child but didn't pick.
Oh my god, like fucking, yeah.
I did so many videos.
Like fucking Nara Smith.
Of like baby names I love but won't be using.
What
What
are some baby names you love but won't be using?
I've left my phone in there, but
do you have a note? I have a note. And it's like, you could tell I was watching fucking Vampire Diaries because it's like, Elijah, Sebastian. I'm like, bitch! Who are you kidding?
My latest boy name is Woody. I love Woody.
Like Zoe Ball and Fat Boy Slim, Brighton
Woody Harrelson, he's horrible.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's like, it's like I couldn't name anyone.
I was thinking more the cowboy from Toy Story.
If I have a son, I want to name him Milo.
Oh,
I like Milo. I like Elijah.
You know
Woody
what?
Allen though, period.
Oh, Woody Allen. Okay, yeah, no, never mind. I take it back. Think about Woody's Roundup.
You can call, if you ever talk, you call him Bo Peep.
Bo Peep. Bo Peep. Little Bo Peep, Neale Manifold.
Okay, that's a Nara Smith baby name. She's like, I was thinking, Eminem, Slim Breezy Smith.
Is Nara Smith the one who does the cooking?
Yeah, I love
Dude,
her.
The one that makes bubblegum from scratch.
Dude.
I love her. I don't give a fuck. I think she's great.
Dude,
Although
she's
apparently
so
they smell.
funny. Huh?
Apparently they smell.
Smell?
Somebody was like, yeah, I served them once and you could tell they made their own deodorant. And now every comment on her TikToks is, are you going to talk about the rumours? And all the blue search is always Nara Smith smell.
Oh no!
I think I would kill myself if my TikTok search was always like Lexie Marie smell.
Oh. But at
I
that
still
point,
love.
I'd just start wearing store-bought deodorant.
You know what I mean?
Have you
So
seen-
you're doing the makeup. Wait, you're doing the makeup. What? And how do you move into the crime? How do
Oh
crime
shit,
find you?
yeah. I was just like shoving a load of shit in there. And then I was watching Kendall Ray and Bella Fiore. They were popping off in the US and in Australia at the time. But there was no, like, true crime scene in the UK yet at all. Georgia Marie, if you know Georgia Marie, if you're in the true crime community, she's bestie. I love Georgia.
It's very like BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Yes, it was the BuzzFeed Unsolved era.
There was no home true crime.
Yeah. Georgia had done a few videos, but the true crime sphere on YouTube at the time wasn't really murders. It was more like unsolved missing people's cases. I feel like that's how it first came into YouTube, was like people making videos about these missing people, trying to get them more
It's like we
coverage.
need to let go of Madeleine McCann.
I did a Madeleine McCann video once.
What was the matter? I think we need to give up. Man.
It's the parents.
What do you think happened?
How
the
long?
parents.
She's like older than me now.
The parents 1000% like gave her a little something to make her sleep, overdosed her. And then
Wait, did they ever find the body?
No.
They probably just dashed it in the bin. How long?
They didn't even check. The police just didn't check the bin.
No, but like, no offense. How much money have they spent trying to find the Madeleine McCann?
It just is
so much.
Right.
Like, this is such a
And
thing.
she was like free in like, when was she? When did she go missing?
I want to say like 2006?
Yeah, she's older than me now.
I think the
She's
thing
probably
is-
fucking a Brighton uni. We just don't know.
I know
if
she's
she's alive.
definitely a Tommy in it stan.
Yeah,
1000%. She was Stream SMP. It's like there's 1000% the thing of like, you know, every 24 hours, like after 24 hours, what percent is it of finding someone split? It's like
Oh
50.
yeah, like after 24 hours it's split by 50, after 48 it's split again by 50, so at that point it's only like 25.
There's no way that after this many years there's so little leads. I know there are 1,001 cold cases, I'm sure you're like the first to know, but I feel like there's such little information, so many dead leads, and it's like...
But why did Madeleine McCann cases get so big? She's dead, by the way, 100%.
It's because she's a white, blonde-haired,
That's exactly what it is.
Beautiful little girl. Like, this is such a thing in the true crime community that, like, the white girl cases, the pretty white girl cases, get so much more attention.
Like so many black women.
I feel like it
Anything
dehumanizes
else.
her as well,
Genuinely.
though. It's like an actual, like, the actual case is just so more, but it is like a little girl that literally quite like
People,
has
yeah,
a point.
people
And
forget
it's
that there's
this whole
a human there.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's become so dehumanized.
Yeah.
But so yeah, how do you get into true crime?
Yeah, just no, yeah. I started watching Kendall Ray and Bella Fiore, and I realized that they like Kendall was doing the American cases, Bella was doing all sorts, but I was like, there's so many UK cases like Madeleine McCann. Ben Needham was a bit before my time. He was very similar to Madeleine McCann, a little boy that went missing while his family were on holiday. Like, there were a lot that people used to talk about that were being covered on YouTube, and I was like, hey, I can do that.
That could be me.
I could do that. And then I did. I remember my first ever video was on a girl called Antoinette Kayadita, who there's still no developments in her case, but she was a little girl, a little Hispanic girl in New Mexico, was running outside. Her mum had literally seen her about 30 seconds before she disappeared. A car went past and they've never seen that little girl again.
Oh, it gives me shivers.
So sad, so scary.
That's
genuinely.
scary.
It's because the chances of something like that happening are like, you wouldn't think when watching so many true crime cases, but it is quite slim in the grand scheme of things. But like the fact that it does happen, so, like, you know how people are always like, oh, I didn't think something would happen to me until it did. It's fully like that. It's like, ugh.
Genuinely, like, when things have a small chance of happening, like, there's people who are that small chance.
Yeah.
Like, you forget that, like, I mentioned it in a recording today, so I'll tell it here. My mum had, like, a really, really rare, they eventually found out it was a really rare form of TB, but there was like 3 years that she was constantly in hospital having so many tests, and they were like, we have no fucking idea what's wrong with you. And then they eventually found out there was one other woman in the whole of the UK that has ever had what my mum had, and thank fuck she's like cured now. She hasn't had issues in years. But like yeah, there's 2 cases in the whole of the UK, and one of them was my mummy. You
That's
know,
mad.
like, you know, when there's very slim chances of something happening, even though it feels like it's not going to happen to you, there's a very, like,
it's like-
those are still
It's
people.
like someone always wins the lottery. It's like no one ever expects them to be themselves, but someone will win.
Yeah.
It's like it's fucked. Yeah, that's mad. That's so mad.
Jesus Christ. Whoa.
Wait, Lexi asked this. I need to pee. I'm gonna grab a beer too.
Okay, multitasking.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, the true crime did very good for you because here we are now, gold bossing.
yeah.
But you are also, I mean, Harry would definitely be able to say about this when you go back. But should we just do a shot whilst he's away? Yeah. I was gonna say.
Yeah. I took too long answering that question. I need to
No,
do
but
more.
it's so interesting because do you know the amount of times I've sat there and rued the day where I've gone, why couldn't I be into something like true crime like Eleanor? I would have been so like. Oh.
I thank my lucky stars that I got into it when I did. But also, I kind of look back at my childhood and I'm like, this was always gonna happen. I was always a weird, freaky little kid.
You do it so well as well. Like I always say, I love true crime, but I can't watch a lot of true crime YouTubers because of like the way so much of it is done. You and Stephanie Sue are the only people that I watch.
Oh, we love Stephanie.
I love Stephanie. The second I'm doing my makeup, I'm in the shower, I'm in the bath, I'm like, oh, who
We love her so much. Like my whole team, we all talk about Stephanie all
She's
the time.
the goat. Stop it! Oh, bad sex. Never.
It's fine. I've got the same boy.
That's
If he's already passed the test, then
also,
it's fine.
guys.
The moon necklace. Oh, I didn't. Do you think it's supposed to be a moon? In my head, it was just like a little.
Sad face.
Well, maybe like a horn or something. I don't know. I got it from like a little street vendor in Bristol.
Oh, cute.
I love going to like little independent shit and like charity shops. What have I got on?
Yeah, you've
from
become a charity shop veteran recently.
Ooh, I love the charity shop. I love it.
Also, guys, I need to say, Heaven's been shut down
Well,
for a month.
that's absolutely fine because one of the bouncers actually like hit me once.
I remember this, but also, yeah, look, I'll show you the fucking...
Good.
Less good.
I've read the first bit. You guys can't even see it, but if you were to know what I just read, oh my god.
Basically, a club we used to go to all the fucking time has shut down for very bad reasons for 28 days. But honestly,
That's
like...
horrific.
fucking horrid.
So, one of the bouncers one time, right, can I tell the story?
Yeah.
So, one of my... It's such an odd story. Like, one of my YouTube friends who is... This is going to sound mean, but I'm going to call her a YouTube acquaintance because I've actually only met her a couple of times. I wouldn't say she's not friendy like we're all friendy, you know? But friend enough that like we go to a YouTube event and then afterwards we go out and we go to Heaven and she gets so drunk. I don't think she ate before. So then she ends up in the drunk tank where she's like thrown up in a bin outside and there's loads of bouncers. And they have a fucking power trip, don't they? So many bouncers, like 80% of bouncers are in it because they want to exert power over people. So there's me and Jack looking after this girl, and I'm gonna be so real. This girl's friends were not her friends.
I hate that. Like, if someone's drunk and everyone ignores them, and I'm like, girl.
She's literally been taken to the drunk tank, throwing up in a bin, and her best friend was just in the club getting off with a load of guys. Like, he didn't want to come up and see her. I went into the club at one point being like, your best friend is like throwing up so bad she needs to go home, and he's like, yeah, 1 minute. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
I panic if I can't find everyone for even like a second. I'm like, everyone's died, that's why I can't find
What
anyone.
are we talking about? Oh, family!
The time a bouncer at Heaven manhandled me, I hate Heaven so much.
You just shit.
No.
Did you do a pull?
No, I didn't. I did a lovely wee.
You've done a pull, I can smell it.
No, I just farted there, to be fair.
In front of my nose?
No,
that's
in front of
where I keep my
Lexie.
nose.
Oh, to be fair, no, that is foul, actually.
Yeah, you smell.
Yeah, that is actually quite grim. That's my bad. What were we
I'm
discussing?
gonna smell my chili mango.
Wait, Lexie, now that you're up, can you get me my thing? Can you get a bottle opener, please, Lexie?
You were giving booty streamer then. Sorry guys, I've just got to go pick something up from over there. Just got to twerk while I'm there as well, you know.
Oh, God,
That smells so
Thank you.
good.
Doesn't it? It's like the attend changing room, but like slash pause.
Yeah, that's lovely.
What were we discussing?
Yeah, no, I was talking about the time a bouncer at Heaven was horrible.
The bouncers are having a cum.
Horrible, aren't
They're
they?
evil little creatures.
Yeah, basically, our
Also,
friend was
Heaven
being
in
sick.
particular is nasty.
They only let you in if you're a twink. I got refused entry once.
They yeah, so I was trying to look after this girl and they were like, no more than one person around her, and I was like, look, this is just me and my boyfriend. It was me and Jack looking after this girl that we've only met a couple of times, and I was like, her friends don't want to come out of the club to be with her. And he was like, well, one of you has got to go downstairs. And I was like, well, I'm not going to go downstairs without my boyfriend. And he was like, well, he can go down without you then. And I was like, well, no, like,
DPMO.
Yeah,
genuinely,
that's
what is
peculiar.
one more human being out? Like, we were
You just leave two girls out on the street then, yes.
yeah,
But
and that's what
I
he
don't-
was saying. He was like, well, both of you go in then. And I was like, you would want us to leave this girl, and she's very pretty.
Yeah.
I was very scared, I'll be honest. She's very pretty.
But I like that bouncers gain nothing from being massive cunts. I don't get why they do. It's not like they're gonna get
Bit
fired.
of an ego boost.
It is an
isn't
ego
it?
boost for being evil.
But yeah, eventually he got his phone out and started filming me, and I was like, "Why are you doing that?" It
You're like,
felt,
oh,
it
you're
felt
like,
like
oh,
a
you're like a
Karen
fan.
moment.
You're like, oh, a fan.
Yeah,
It
do you want
felt like
picture?
a Karen moment. I was like, "Why are you doing this?" Like I think he was like filming to get evidence that like two people were with her or whatever. I was like, "Why are you doing this? We're staying here with her. I'm not gonna let you
We're
move
out
me."
of your vicinity. Like,
Yeah.
And then as soon as I was like, I'm not going to let you push me away from her because I am her friend. I'd met her more times than Jack had. As soon as I said that, he pushed me. And I was like, you pushed me. And so I get up and I like try to bat the phone out of his hand, but I'm a bit drunk.
No, Ellie.
So
Ellie.
like, I like, to be fair, I bat it. The phone doesn't fall out of his hand the way that I hoped. But like I battered his hand and then he was like, "You just assaulted me," and I was like, "Who?"
Fucking push that self-defense.
DPMO.
Genuinely, I was like, "Who assaulted who? First, you have your phone out, mister. We can see.
Run, BZ!
Let's check.
Run the tape back."
VAR.
Please tell the Uber story if you're able to.
What's the Uber story?
When you got banned from Uber. Guys, this is one of my favorite guys. Ellie, I don't think you understand.
I'm not banned from Uber.
The life this woman lives is fucking ridiculous. Life with no restraints. But I think this is one of my favorite stories of yours ever because I can picture it so well.
People don't think I'm insane until I tell you a story
This
where
is
I
what
go
makes
insane.
me crazy. And like we'll talk about it a little bit later, like the difference between Eleanor Neale and Ellie Neale.
And like
but
Ellie.
it's like this is the most. If you've only watched you through your true crime, hearing these stories, you'll be like, what the fuck? Because even I watch your true crime videos and I'm like, wow, she's so like professional.
She's so professional.
Please, if you can tell the Uber story, it's my favorite story.
So I'm gonna be so real. I was so drunk that I really actually don't really remember what happened.
I can fill in gaps from. I heard from you and I heard from everyone that was there. So I feel like I can fill in gaps.
Can you tell it until I get
Okay, so
until I go crazy?
Oh god, okay. So everyone was heading home in an Uber, and it was quite a long-term Uber.
It was a very long journey, actually.
Yeah.
I was sat directly behind the driver, and I sit with my legs crossed like I am right now. He was convinced that I was kicking him in the back of the chair, which I don't think I was. Maybe my foot was there. Maybe I'd like crossed legs and like it had got, I don't know. But there was more to the story.
But there was somebody throwing up. Was it Adam? Apparently somebody was throwing up like out the window or something. And the driver was like, that's fine.
We would never do out of the window. I think we like pulled over.
Yeah.
And he threw up.
And the driver was like, that's fine, that's fine.
The driver was so nice.
Yeah.
Until he wasn't.
And then all of a sudden the driver was then like, no, you have to get out.
He pulled over. Luckily, we were only about like 15-20 minutes from home, but it was the early hours of the morning, which is evil.
In central London as well.
But yeah, he pulled over and he was like, "You need to get out." And we were like, "What? Why?" And he was like, "You need to get out. Get the fuck out of my car." Immediately started being like angry with us, and we were like, "Whoa, why?" Like, even though we were drunk, there was no.
It wasn't angry drunk. It was no. Like, it was chill. Was it chill?
Yeah, we were quite chill. Like, there was nothing that we could tell why he was kicking us out of the car. So we were like, whoa, just tell us why. And he was like, no, get the fuck out of my car. Like, suddenly, aggression times a million. And so we get out, and he's still, like, beefing us outside the car. And, like, I
can't get over this.
Can I do a shot so I don't need to tell it?
No, honestly.
He got out as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, I heard that this from the POV of every single person that was in the car, nobody can pinpoint, because, like, you guys are the type of group of people where if you had said something, like, you would have, no rage baiting in the Fireball Friday group chat, by the way, DPMO.
It's just, oh god, don't worry, I've banned him.
We do see chat. We get distracted and we focus on the conversation at hand, but we do read chat. Don't piss us off.
Wait, we all need to do a shot.
I'm gonna have, oops. Is this your car?
But no, these are empty ones.
Oh god, we started switching cups.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, did anyone here have herpes?
Harry,
Do
you're the
ya?
one that has herpes.
Like a little bit.
Do you?
A little bit.
On your mouth?
Oh no.
Do you? Do you get cold sores?
I get loads.
Do you get cold
Only,
sores?
no,
So
only
many.
warm ones. Only warm ones.
I get warm sores.
That one's mine.
No, it's alright, don't
No,
worry.
swap them back.
No, it's okay.
Wait.
Give me it
Genuinely,
now.
no, it's alright, honestly.
Harry.
No, genuinely, it's okay.
I'll time you out. You're still on the naughty
No,
step.
I have AIDS.
Harry,
I've got AIDS.
you'll be on the naughty step.
I have AIDS.
Harry, I'll hit you with the fly swatter.
Oh, I forgot about the fly swatter.
Oh, bring up the fly
I'm sorry,
swatter.
I don't have herpes, but or cold sores.
God, you get cold sores?
No, I don't. I don't have either.
Yeah, because cold sores are herpes.
Wait, hit me with it.
No.
Does it hurt?
I don't know.
An electric fly swatter.
But does it hurt or does
Dangerous.
it? Let me do it to myself.
Harry, I can't watch this.
Jack's done it once, I think.
You can hear it. Listen to the electricity. I'm not gonna.
I'm scared to put my
I'm
ear
not gonna do
near
it. Don't worry. I'm even.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, no, you can hear it surging through.
It's for a fly, isn't it?
It incinerates
for
the
a
fly. There's no
fly.
corpse. There's no corpse after you hit the fly. It incinerates.
That's not true.
It does. Believe me, I've been using it.
I think someone did it at our house before. I want to say it was Pineley.
Of
I
course,
can
Hall
see
would
that.
do that.
Do you know how many volts this is?
I've had enough fireball shots that
It's
I'm
from Amazon. Like that shit definitely is.
It stings, but it's not actually that bad.
Can you just push my hand into it?
No,
I don't
no,
know if I can do it
this is a
myself.
sword
Can we do it on... No, you don't want to do it on stream.
Can you just push my hand into it?
Does it count, guys? Would this be too?
No, don't!
He's moving his hand further away. It just makes random electric shocks at times.
Dude, it's not.
Yeah, people are saying in terms of service.
It's
maybe.
not TOS because this isn't self-harm. I'm just harming myself. I'm not doing it because I'm.
Well,
it's not like I'm cutting. It's like I'm.
Me explaining to my therapist, it's not self-harm. I'm just like harming myself.
And also, it's only self-harm if it hurts. I didn't do it. I got nervous.
You were really close.
I was so close. I was so close. Can you do it? Okay, wait, hold on.
What? No! I thought you were going to put the shot on it and see if it like cooked it, you know? Harry be like, it's not stealing, it's just taking.
No, I'm not going to do it.
I was going to do it for... Did it hurt?
No.
Did you touch it?
Yeah.
He did a bit, but it didn't make
Do you think it just randomly shocks at times?
Do we have like a... stick
It didn't hurt. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
on the human hand? Yeah, I think it has to hit that middle bit, doesn't it? I think that's why it's got that grid
No.
over it, so that a
It's
human
touching the
can't
middle
touch
bit.
it. Ah.
I'm waiting for it to just like.
No way! Did it hurt? I'm turning this shit off.
It didn't really hurt. It you know what it's like? It's like a static shock. It doesn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dude, like that.
You could see the spark in it. It's like a full-on voltage shock. Scary.
It's the mental shock that it was the light. I was like, it scared me. The light.
Yeah. Lexie has to do it now for the Patreon.
Lexie, it actually didn't hurt.
DPMO, I'm not an celeb, fuck off.
I'm a celeb. That's what they're doing to GK Barry.
Literally, Grace is in the trenches right now. Sorry, so you're in the Uber.
Oh, we're going back to that. So basically, we end up getting out of the Uber.
We pulled over the shot.
Why do I have to shot?
Because it's a drinking show. We drink on the show.
As you were tapping it, I was like, it's gonna shock him at some point. Axel's gonna have a field day with that one. Yo, so many people just followed us after you did that.
Oh,
yay!
yay.
Do it again. Shut. Have you done yours?
Yeah, I
he
did
did.
it to prepare myself.
Herpes boy.
Herpes boy. I do not have any herpes. I had a hemorrhoid scare once.
I have
You
at
have?
the moment.
You have a hemorrhoid?
Oh.
How's that?
So I came home from my herpes.
We're having a story in a story.
Herpes, no, my hemorrhoid story. I came home from my friend's house party the other night and sat on the toilet for like 2 hours.
That's
without...
probably my hair attached.
Well, that's
to
what I
somehow,
do.
by
I
the way.
just play like Clash of Clans. I don't even poo on the toilet. That's why I have to wear the
In
helmet.
it, no, yeah, I was sat there from like, so we were up really, really late. I was sat there from like 6 a.m. till 8 a.m. just answering all my messages, drunk as fuck, maybe on a little bit of something else. I was just talking to, I was just talking to people for ages, and then I go to bed, wake up the next morning, I'm walking around my apartment, and I go, why does my butt feel weird? Why does it feel like...
That's weird.
Why does it feel like something has been in there? And I go, but I know for a fact that nothing has been in there. So I go and like bend over in front of the mirror. Why is there a little lump? Why is there a little lump on my bumhole? This kind of shit I normally save for my vlog channel, but hey, I had a little lump.
I love when YouTubers come on to live Twitch. It's so funny.
I had a little lump.
Oh, Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama said we're not allowed to die, and I shan't for that.
Thank you, Michelle Obama.
Thank you, Michelle. Michelle
Thank you.
Obama.
Obama.
Yeah.
Push
Someone
it
said
back.
push it back in. Do you want to know what I did?
Did you do-
Ellie, go to go. You don't want to do this right now.
So I did that.
You pushed it back in?
Yeah, and then a couple of days later, it was making an appearance again. And so I made an appointment at the GP the very next morning. When I wake up the next day, where's it gone?
Oh, they thought you were lying.
Where's it gone? So I go to the doctor, and she has to, she has to
That happened with me. They put the finger in everything.
She had to.
But mine put 3 fingers in.
Right, so that didn't
And then
happen.
wrapped around, started jacking me off in the back. It was that's why I go private.
And that's why my doctor
And
is
that
my
was just
best
your
friend.
moving in, like, fucking hazing ritual.
That was Tom did that to me, actually. It wasn't even a GP.
Yeah, but
So you're in the Uber.
Oh, shit!
So I was in the Uber. We all get out.
Hemorrhoid free. Hemorrhoid free.
I didn't have a hemorrhoids at this point. We get out of the Uber. The driver gets out. He's shouting at us. Drunk me. I don't even want to tell it. Drunk me tried to kick him.
In the balls?
So the story, like,
Not even. I was just trying to like trip him over, I think. You know how you like get in the ankles.
No, so the story I heard is that, like...
You tried to deck him.
But no, but
I tried to get him on the
before
floor.
she does this, she throws her bag on the floor, and it's like an expensive bag. So from like Jake or Adam's POV, they're like, whilst this is happening, they're like crawling across, someone's throwing up, they're like crawling across the floor trying to get this bag, because there's like bikers going past, and they're like, and
You threw it into the road?
So they're like grabbing the bag, but it's the way that Ellie goes, I tried to kick him, but she was so drunk that she just goes kind of like, she kind of goes like, and then you fall over.
Yeah, no, I didn't actually kick him on the floor.
You fell
So,
over.
I fell over.
That's like...
I was very, very drunk. I definitely just like that's one of the worst moments in my life. You know, you have those moments when you sober up and you're like, "Fuck, that can never happen again." That's one of them.
But it's the way that I saw you and you kind of went, I was like, how have you been? You were like, yeah. Then I saw Jake and Jake went, you wouldn't believe what happened. Then I saw Adam and Adam was like...
Did we see you afterwards?
It was very closely after.
Oh,
but
right.
every single person in the group I spoke to individually and all of them went, you would not believe what happened. And I went, did Ellie attack an Uber driver? And they were like, how did you know?
Genuine. No,
But when you banned from Uber for a bit.
not even. I got a call from Uber and they were like, did something happen on this trip? And I was like, yeah, because he was definitely doing something to us and I can't remember what it was. It was either like verbal or like pushed us out of the car.
I'm pretty sure he pushed you or something. Because you retaliated.
Oh, he pushed me on the floor. I had like a big ass
Yeah, you had a
bruise.
scratch. Yeah.
My whole entire kneecap was bruised up.
Maybe
so-
he got fired.
I hope so.
You know what? I feel like we were both just very confrontational.
The court case would have been a shambles.
We were both, I feel like it was a perfect storm of two confrontational people meeting in a confrontational
And
moment.
Jake's crawling on the floor, grabbing your bag. Adam's throwing up.
October!
But I've heard stories like that before because G had one back at her old place when she lived with Will. She had an Uber driver. I can't remember the long and short of it, but basically it was like an Uber driver was like trying to kick her door down for some reason. She gets a call from Uber and they've been like, they banned her. And she called them being like, what happened? They were like, you threatened one of our drivers with a knife. And she was like, sorry?
Absolutely fucking not.
I absolutely did not. She was banned from Uber for like 2-3 months. Well, she had to like fight the entire thing. It was crazy.
To be
Why don't you just
fair,
make a new account?
well,
Yeah, I think
they
when
can
you
tell
do it 2 or
like
3
your
times,
your
it's
number
fine.
and your email and shit. But yeah, I remember
I would be banned by Uber.
I got a call from Uber and they were like, our driver has alleged assault. And I went, well, I allege assault back. He threw me on the floor. My knee's covered in bruises.
And I'll
like,
see you in court.
Yeah, I was like, bruh, if he's gonna argue that, I'm gonna argue it back.
And that's why I don't
Did
know
anything
bikes
come from
everywhere
it?
now.
Did they just go, yeah, alright, that's
No,
fine.
no, because we had both obviously gotten physical with each other. So it was at the point where, like, damn, both of them just need a fucking warning and to stop doing that.
Your
like,
Uber
there was
rating
no
probably
one
got fucked up.
Into the bin. You're like a 3.2 now.
I'm gonna be so real. My Uber eating's always been fucked up because I've always taken drunk friends everywhere in London ever. I am that bitch that's like, I'll get the Uber. Who's
It's the most
coming with me?
ADHD Ubers. I remember after the boat party, it was like you were singing, Jake was in the front crying over something, and then Adam was out the window going like this.
Oh, I love
love
sticking
doing-
my head out the window like a
Yeah.
dog.
Whatever I do, I even do this sober, yeah. I feel like a cool guy in like a mafia movie. The windows like open a bit, I like put my hand out. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
like,
Oh yeah,
on the
like
roof.
hook the top. Yeah.
yeah. And then someone shouted at me going, you're getting fingerprints on my roof.
With that
Who gives a shit about fingerprints on the
He was
roof.
like, you're leaving hand marks. I know, I'm sorry.
It's the fact
Leaving
that
hand
every time I heard the story, because every time someone would say, have you heard, I'd be like, no, tell me. Someone had a new detail. So at first you told me and it was just you hitting the Uber driver, and then
Kicking.
kicking, defending yourself against
Yeah,
the Uber driver. And then Adam was like, and I was throwing up. And then Jake was like, and I was crawling across the floor trying to get Eleanor's bag. Like, everyone had a new detail.
I fucking love my London party girl
It is
era.
genuinely, your group that you had as well is the best group ever. Like, there was
It
a
was
point
the girls
where
and the gays.
it was. There's a point where all of your group lived in a house, and it was the best times. Like, iconic. If you ever wanted the best night out, if any of your group or you would be like, do you want to go out? I'd clear my schedule and be like, yes, clear the best night.
We're definitely not allowed to say this on stream, but I'm gonna hint for you. There was that one time when you were on antibiotics and you came to the house and you were like, I can't drink.
Wait, what happened? It's all I do in Bristol.
Yeah, that was a crazy time.
So clearly true crime worked out very well for you because, you know, here we are.
Oh my god, that was only the first question.
A few years later.
Jesus.
But you know what? When it comes to you, there's a few people, and Harry and I both agree, there's a few people that, like, okay, so when you're friends with, like, okay, Tommy, if we use Tommy as an example, you know when you see a certain person that they're going to be like, oh my god, you know Tommy in it? And you're like, okay.
Like, we know when we're going to get recognised.
Yeah. But if there was
look.
ever anyone where people come up to me and go, oh my god, you know this person? It's you. My dance team, my like old school friends, anyone, they'll be like, oh, you know Eleanor Neale? One of my best friends from school, his girlfriend, like, loves you. Like, it's the most random people ever.
I had the picture of me and you on my Hinge profile.
I love it. I get that all the time. Like, all my male friends are like, you're on my dating profile.
You know,
I never got so many
hot
likes.
girls watch Eleanor Neale, honestly.
That's fine, because I do, obviously I'm friends with all my male friends because they're good eggs. This is a heart, but you can't see because I have my...
Wait, we normally
love tops that do this.
We do a Fireball Friday heart. We do the little K-pop, the big group K-pop heart. If you go like this, Ellie.
Wait, me?
You got that, yeah, and then we'll go...
Yeah,
that was me. So who's the weirdest person you've been recognised by? Like, what's a has there ever been like a mum or a dad where you've gone, oh god, and they've gone, I love your videos. Like the rotest person.
Who's like the oldest?
Because we always say like,
I get old ladies.
How old?
You know what? My genre is so interesting because it is literally just 95% women, but of all ages. I feel like true crime is such a all ages kind of thing. I mean, the majority, I guess, is like girls our own age because they like watch it before they go to work. They're very used to the whole YouTube scene. But I get so many comments of people being like, I'm 60 years old, I feel like your mom.
But you know what I love?
It's lovely.
Like my nan, I saw my nan today, that woman could not learn how to use YouTube. The thought of like an older woman that can't use technology but she knows how to search Eleanor Neale on YouTube makes my little heart leap for joy.
It's so cute. It's so many like American grandmas that are like,
Aww.
my granddaughter put this on my phone and I love it.
Oh, I love when you do that.
So
accent.
cute.
But it's that thing where it's like
Hawk true crime.
Hawk true crime. Stop. W Joe.
Hawk tour. I am the worst fucking bitch for making Hawk tour.
Bro,
Girl, you're talking to the Hawk Tour master.
I fucking love Hawk Tour.
Hawk tour.
Have you seen? Jake Paul said if he loses to Mike Tyson tonight, he's getting a Talk Tour tattoo. The Hawk Tour Girls podcast.
A tattooer.
Tattooer.
Tattoo.
Way!
I feel like they're gonna.
It's definitely
draw.
it's a rigged fight.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a rigged draw. Cause what was the other one where like a boxing great for Logan Paul? Was it Mike Tyson?
No.
It was a different.
I think there was meant to be one that happened, but it got called off, wasn't it?
Oh,
Because
right.
Logan Paul's just WWE now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's
And
kinda, like,
he's really
good
good
at
at it. It's a shame he's a massive.
Floyd
fan.
Mayweather, that was one.
Oh, Mayweather.
Yes,
Did he
yes.
fight Mayweather? Did that go ahead?
Yeah.
But Mayweather is nowhere near the level of Mike Tyson.
No.
But apparently Jake Paul is a good fighter.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm just saying
but
that.
I'm sat here and I'm like, I couldn't care less. But the fact that I'm drinking now and everyone's like, you watching the fight? I'm like, I could be convinced.
It's on at
Do
like
I care?
4
No.
a.m., right?
I
4
don't-
a.m. UK time?
Jack's watching it.
Yeah, he says he's going to stay up tonight.
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna be
I
honest,
might
you're
have to.
You're gonna hear me in
because-
your living room. Because I'll be going around.
Well, I did that video about Mike Tyson today. Do you all know that Mike Tyson's a fucking horrible
Ellie
person?
literally before
You
stream.
explain the law.
Ellie was nervous about the stream because she went, "I've just released my video. I'm scared everyone's gonna be like mad about it."
I've already got meanie pops in my
Meanie pop.
I've got meanie pops in my Instagram DMs being like, "You fucking stupid femma." Wait, I'm not gonna say that, but you know, femma.
Feminazi.
But I'm scared of saying that on Twitch right now.
Well, have you seen the new? I don't know if it's time to get into the new TOS
new-
update.
Yeah,
New
you're
words
not allowed to say the Z word.
You're not allowed. You can't call people a Zionist anymore. You can only use it.
I thought it was you couldn't say it. I don't know if chat saw my
Yeah.
eyes just went
No,
white. I just went.
it's now.
That's why I said the Z word.
It's
but
now. You can use it in like a political meaning. So if I turn around and go, the Zionists are moving in on Palestine. That was the example they gave in. Like the Zionists are approaching the West Bank. You can say that, but you can't call people that without getting banned, which is like actually insane.
It feels protective.
Yeah.
Like,
Twitch are doing the one
I hate
thing.
that.
Twitch are doing what Andrew Yang did back in like 2020.
the Z slur.
It's like
That's crazy.
absurd.
But if I look at someone and I see a certain type of person, I'm like, that's a Tommy Innit stan. You know?
I know. It's the poorly cut bangs and the shitty Sebson.
The tote bag, the coloured hair, the pronouns.
You know what? The other day, me and Jack went for a meal in London, and the waitress that was serving us, she was beautiful, and I love her. If she ever sees this, I love you so much. But she had like a very short pixie cut. She was giving maybe a Minecraft fan.
Yeah.
And like it's an aura as well.
We could sense a little bit of a vibe from her that like maybe she was being a bit tense. She wasn't looking us in the eye, and we were like neither of us actually said anything. But when it eventually came out, so at the very end of the meal, she goes, "Do I recognise you?"
To me, you just go.
And she was like, and I didn't want to say anything, but like I was like, "Oh, I'm Eleanor," and she goes, "You do the true crime," and I went, "Yeah." And then she walks away. She gave us our drinks for free. She was amazing.
Aww.
Love you, Charlie. Love you, girl. But when she'd left, I turned to Jack and I went, "I so thought she was going to be one of yours."
One of yours.
Like mine for the most part have like a bit of a Fiat 500 vibe.
Yeah.
I get the Fiat 500 girlies in like the smoking area. Whenever I go up north, I'm so excited for Christmas this year. I'm going to Firth Friday, and whenever I go to Home Firth, there's always the girlies with the big thick fucking eyebrows, and they're like, "Oh my god, I love this." Yes, bitch!
It's you. Do you know who else gets recognised a lot? Jack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Edwards. Sorry.
Jack Edwards.
Jack Edwards. Sorry, I went Jack as if you just read my mind. Edwards.
Jack Edwards
Book
is so
so
famous.
I met Jack, and and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, he does book YouTube." Do you know why I said Jack? It's because one time I was drunk and I spoke to him and I called him Ben, and you went, "Who's Ben?" And I went, "Oh, Jack." So I went Jack and panicked and went, "Did I say the right name?" But
People
Jack
used
Edwards.
to do that to him all the time. His name online used to be Jack Ben Edwards, and he had to take the Ben out because people kept calling him
I called him a drunken Scot, and now I'm panicking. But like, I met Jack for the first time that time we all went out, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, he does like book YouTube," and I mean, I love a good book, but you don't realize how feral book YouTube has become, especially in recent history.
What, the horny book?
Book talk. Are we summoning book talk right now?
Is this Dark Academia?
Your icebreaker.
Icebreaker.
Jack
And
Edwards is
we're in
absolutely
heaven.
insane.
Jack gets stopped every 5 seconds. As in, like, we're in the smoking area, the amount of times I got asked to hold the phone to take a picture, and it's like you getting recognised in Jack, and I've got 2 hands for a reason. So I'm like, I'm like this, I'm like taking photos of both groups, and I'm like, guys, can I help my drink now? Adam, can I have my drink back? Like,
Jack Edwards is so famous. It's absolutely insane.
Also the coolest person I've ever known.
We went to meet him in Paris. We couldn't even walk down the street in Paris without some like exchange student coming over and being like, "Oh my god, I love your book videos." We were like, "Damn, it
But that's
feels
what
like
I
me
mean.
with Kylie Jenner."
I feel like you're in the same category where it's like, again, okay, we see a certain like aesthetic of person. It's also an aura. Like, I don't want people to think that we're going this type. Like, there are types that you can tell a reviewer. You can tell a Tommy Innit viewer, but it's like, I always tell the story. The only other example I have is went to Reading with like my mates in Neale, and it was all like 18-year-old groups of lads, which I'm not used to.
Different
so
world.
We're getting stalked by groups of lads, and I'm like, this is horrid. Whereas it's like an Eleanor Neale viewer, I feel, is anyone
Yeah.
That's what's scary.
They're
It's
just
like,
so often girls, mostly around my age, but like any age. And I fucking love it. Like, I feel sometimes I need to remind myself how grateful I should feel for this audience.
Yeah.
Sometimes I kind of look at like the Minecraft audience, not even the close audience that Jack has, but you know, like, there's your audience that care about you, but then there's a bit more of audience
Just
that
know
of you but don't keep up with you.
yeah.
And for me, that like know of you but don't keep up with you is still the same kind of gals that are like in the main circle. So like I love it.
But
My girlfriend loves Eleanor Neale.
Yes! Green
I love
flag.
her too.
But is there ever a time that you've been stopped by someone and you've gone, oh god, I'm about to get like hit on or mugged or anything, and they're just like, love your videos? Because there's nothing like I think I've been stopped once by someone who I thought was like a fucking roadman, like A1 roadman. They go, love your videos, and I'm like, bro, I just done like love or host with the Minecraft one, and I'm like, what do you mean?
To be fair, I get a lot of like lads coming up to me and saying my girlfriend loves you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the day I first moved to Brighton, so me, Jack, and his dad were all like moving boxes in and out of our house, unpacking them. At one point, I'd like gone on a walk, I'd like gone to a cafe, and then I was walking. Anyway, so then I went to. So I walked back to our house. I was walking back to our house. Jack and his dad were walking towards me. And I was like, okay, I'll wait here for you to come to me because we were then walking that way. So I was stood there just outside a place, just on my phone. 2 guys walk past me, get to about there, and then I see them backtrack. And I was like, okay, this is probably.
You're like,
to do
oh
with
no,
me.
I'm panicking.
I put my phone away. One of them was like, you do YouTube, right? And I went, yeah. He was like, Eleanor Neale. I went, yeah. Me and my ex-girlfriend used to watch you all the time. I went, ha ha ha, nice.
Nothing like the mark of a Fiat 500 girl.
He was like, can I get a photo with you? It'll make us so jealous. So I was like, well,
Aura.
yeah, like I'm not gonna say no. But then we both take.
To be fair, if my ex-girlfriend with Eleanor, I'd kill myself.
To be fair, I've done some shit like that before.
You're the worst. You're toxic. You're cold.
No, not true.
You sent a selfie with Eleanor Neale.
My ex who cheated on me was the biggest George B. Miller's fan. I've never been so excited when you still invite me
and
to
she
videos.
cheated on you.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
That's crazy karma.
And
on
she's
her part,
biggest George B. Miller's fan, but this is before I really knew him. He started inviting me to videos. I'm like,
Oh.
I know you're mad.
Yeah,
Karma
I
is
know
not
you're
like
mad.
Karma is a cat purring on your lap. Hey.
Exactly.
So obviously, I think in the first George B. Miller's mentioned about lurking. Imagine if we got George on Fireball Friday. It would never happen.
That would never happen.
Would never
Oh
ever
wait,
happen.
sorry. I have a little caveat to that guy story.
Of course.
After he was like, "Can I take a selfie? My girlfriend will hate this." So I was like, "Well, yeah, I'm not gonna say no." We took a photo, and then he started to walk away, and then he was like, "Can I get your number?" I went, "No, no."
Get Eddie out. He's fighting.
Because also at that point, like usually, if someone was to ask me that, I would say, "No, sorry, I've got a boyfriend." It feels like the most polite way to say it. But after he'd said that about his ex, like I'm such a girl's girl that I didn't like him.
But, like,
So he was like, "Can I have your number?" And I was like, "No."
Well, go in her right mind. Who in their right mind would go like, so this guy's outrightly gone, yeah, I'm using you to make my ex-girlfriend jealous. By the way, can I get your number? It's like, no,
Yeah.
fuck off. I'm gonna go piss girls.
Even
You're
if
in
I
charge,
was
Harry.
single, that would be so fucking
That's peculiar.
dehumanizing for me. Hey,
In it.
should we
Oh.
play rock paper scissors?
Yeah. Why? What's this? What were you going to do? Why did
Wait,
you
you do rock. So we'll go on shoot. Rock paper scissors.
What are we doing? What are we doing? No one does this.
Oh, it's like this, isn't it?
Yeah. What the fuck were you doing?
I was doing a fun war, I think.
We can do a
Should we
fun
do a
war,
th- right.
but you don't slap each other on the fun war either. You just go into it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What are
I
you
declare a
doing?
thumb war.
What are you doing? What are we doing? What are we
A
doing?
thumb war.
It never goes like that, ever.
It's like no.
It's like that. No, wait,
Come
it's
on,
like that.
like that.
It's like, so what, you were trying to do up a cool handshake with me and turn it into a game.
Come on, 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3,
4. I declare a fun war. No, fun war.
I was like, that's not how you fucking do it. Embarrassing! No, don't ever say it's embarrassing or I'll have to. Wait, my feet are on.
No, they're not. What are you doing? They can't see it.
No, they were. But then they weren't.
Hold on, I'll distract them.
But if anyone saw that, put them on like a foot Reddit. I've always wanted to be on a foot Reddit, actually.
Yeah, I'm actually quite mad I don't have a wiki feed. No!
I have something on the bottom of my foot.
The way that I was about to say that's so funny. Most YouTubers, you can tell me the wiki.
Not you!
Do you know, James Barrier owes me 50 quid. He thinks I forgot at the Kendrick Lamar concert. He goes, I bet 50 quid you got a wiki feed. And I go, first of all, crazy from you, King. And I went, I don't. I'll promise you that I don't. 50 quid, I didn't have one. He owes me. Never did, by the way, bitch. But you can tell, like, my...
I have
I'll
have a hole.
Bitch, I'm giving
I have
you
a hole.
I
have a hole.
Harry, I have Charlie's socks. You're changing socks.
I'm not wearing Charlie's socks. I get all sorts of fungal diseases.
The top part of the foot is prettier, I have to say.
Stop! So you can normally tell, like, people who, like, have weird fans because they have a wiki feet and they don't want to put their feet, like...
I don't have one, and that's how you can tell my fans are so sane.
You're talking about your ideal ring and stuff. You go, like the colour of your nails, like my toes. You just got your feet out. I'm double wrapped.
You're double wrapped.
I
still haven't seen my girlfriend's feet. We've been together 8 months. 7.
Okay, Ellie and Harry are drunk. No, we just have feet.
I get my feet out so
Fine, I'll get mine out!
Do you like the colour of my toenails, though?
They're matching with my nails. They're like
Really?
slightly different, though.
Kind of
Darker.
Oh, dear.
Okay, anyway. So, so obviously you have Eleanor and Neale, like I was saying, it's like you fuck with Fontaine's on DC, they were the best set I saw at Reading, just saying, one of the best sets I saw at Reading.
I'm so excited.
They're so cool. So,
Who's going Boomtown this year?
yo, big up, boom down.
Your family.
I mean, if Jack's performing, then I'll be there. No wonder Jack loves her is crazy, by the way. Does he have a foot fetish?
Who?
Yeah.
Your boyfriend?
I don't know, really.
Okay. Good save.
W public training.
Yeah, and I'm not into piss.
W
guys.
media training.
I don't know.
Or clowns.
He would have to confirm or deny himself, really.
Fine, call him.
I'm not the...
He's live right now, fine.
Is he?
Yeah, he is. Kind of rude of him to go like...
Yeah, call him and ask him to end and rate.
He was actually saying, like, I want to stream so that I can, like, be done for Fireball Friday. Why is he still...
Big fat liar.
No.
He's having too much fun.
We're getting to the bottom
Yeah,
of this.
we're facing...
Guys, we're true crime investigating.
That's my point. Sometimes, you know what? I had an autism assessment and they said I don't have autism. Why do I do this whenever I'm excited?
That's girly pop excitement.
And more.
Yo, you alright, mate?
Hey, darling!
Hi, sweetheart, you alright?
We have a big question.
Yeah, can you end and raid us?
No, not as of yet.
No.
I'm still playing the game.
He's doing a horror thing.
But we also
tonight.
have another big question.
Yeah, you can do a secondary question.
I love you.
That's not the secondary question, that was more of a statement.
I love you more, Jack. I love you more.
I have very friendly feelings towards you. So, feet. What's your opinions on that?
I didn't give an answer.
Yeah, they're like, alright. Whoa.
They're not Harry's.
I freaked out, they could be.
How do you feel about feet?
Yeah, I said I don't really know how you feel about feet. Can you confirm or deny for the Fireball Friday stream?
Sorry, I looked over at my chat, they're all just saying fiend question mark.
Jack, I want to let you know this was not one of the planned questions. I did not write this one in. I feel like...
but he was the one that called you. I just want that to be known.
Yeah, because
You did call me.
I was asking for you to end and raid us.
I love fiend, bro. What can I say?
He loves feet. There you go. You heard it first. He loves feet. He loves feet.
I love feet.
F for fiend.
F for phase. I love phase stable Ronaldo.
Oh, F for feet. I get it.
Goodbye, Jack. I love you.
Yeah, cheers. I love my girlfriend. Bye-bye, guys.
Aww, I love him. You know
I've
what?
never seen a man who refuses to feed into. Not saying that you're any less of a boyfriend for not doing this. I've never known a man that is so anti any joke against his girlfriend.
I'm anti-joke.
I love him.
I'm anti-joke.
I'm anti-joke.
I'm anti-joke.
Yeah, that explains why you're saying not funny.
My anti-joke right here.
Oh, that hair.
Also, that person in chat that said stimming isn't always autistic. Sometimes people do things just because. Thank you.
True.
I need that.
Especially the internet era, they love to like diagnose people.
You know what though? I had an autism assessment because obviously there's way more than what you would see online. Like I have
Hawk to a fold.
Hawk to a fold is crazy. I have so many sensory issues. I would say that's like where
I'm the same.
that's why I had my autism assessment is because I have such bad sensory issues that like sometimes I won't let Jack touch me for like hours at a time because I'm like my skin feels
I
so
struggle with
like
being very
raw.
overstimulated.
I don't like when nipples
Mhm.
grabbed.
But yeah, it is so true that like I was right around the border for having autism, and she was like, you're so close to the border, but not enough in it for me to diagnose you, but you have
It's
a
just
lot
characteristic.
you have a lot of like autistic traits. And she was like, if things help you, then they help you, because I have my little loop earplugs. Like sometimes I don't let Jack go near me for like a couple of hours at night. I don't know if I'm too warm or like microfiber cloths are the worst. I'm telling you.
I hate that shit.
But yeah, I have really bad sensory issues, really, really bad.
Okay. So you know, we've established the beginnings of the Eleanor Neale channel, and how you had this very like, and it's become very professional. Like I think, you know, when you're dealing with something like true crime, you have to go about it with a certain degree of like respect and professionalism.
We have a whole team now.
Yeah, exactly, and it's always been so professional. We'll talk about that later because you're a fucking girl boss. But it reached a point where I think before you've always had the Ellie Neale channel kind of going, and it's like, did you feel a need to kind of have a secondary channel to like show your personality, because you have so much of it that it's
Thanks,
like,
Vic.
how do you feel about the separation between Eleanor Neale, like, you know, true crime YouTuber who's like, you know, it's professional, and then like Ellie Neale, which is like fun, like vlogs, you know, what's the difference between the two? Do you ever like struggle with showing more of your personality online? Like, is there a part of yourself that you wish you could show your audience that you haven't been able to yet, because like you have to like keep up a level of professionality?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? This is actually quite a big conversation within my team, is that like sometimes if I do too much true crime and not enough second channel in a month, then I start to feel more like I'm performing and not being myself, because obviously I am the most fucking away with the fairies, like loud kind of person ever. And I'm just really grateful that all of my team kind of noticed that I have to put on my true crime head to be able to film those videos, and it's like 4-5 hours filming at a time. So I need that second channel to be able to like blow off steam. And I find it so fun, so fucking fun. Like, yeah. I don't think I would be able to do the true crime if I didn't do the second channel, because it's like...
Do you think you could do just second channel? W question, by the way, guys.
He's a journalist.
I think, you know what, like, as far as I go, yeah. Like, if like, true crime was to go obsolete, then absolutely I would just do the second channel.
If no crime ever happened.
If we lived in a crime-free... Imagine if the
I
purge was
became the
real, you'd
leader
have a
of
field
Earth.
day. You'd be like crime this year, and you'd have like one big
Sometimes,
video.
you know what, the concept of the purge fucks me up. I have dreams about it. Like, I'm like,
I love the purge
it
movies.
scared me like fuck.
Whoa.
I love the purge movies.
But like, I have to have the Ellie Neale channel, because that's kind of how my channel started. Remember, I was doing makeup videos, vlogs, like anything that floated my boat. And then I brought true crime into that, and that got really big. So then I just streamlined into true crime. So then it's like the Ellie Neale channel lets me get everything else out.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like evergreen because it's that degree of educational content. But do you think there is a side of you that you haven't been able to show online? I think you've done a very good, like, there are so many people who, I always say this, and it's not a bad thing at all. There are so many people who have that level of privacy where they have like a character online. Again, not a bad thing at all. Where they, I don't really want to use examples because they're private for a reason, but they're people that they're their own person offline. And then you're like, but I love you offline. I wish the internet could see that. That's part of the reason why we do Fireball Friday. But is there a part of yourself that you like wish you could show online? Because I think you do a very good job of showing like the Ellie that we know online. Like I think you're very much like you come across so well. But is there a part of you that kind of go, oh, I wish people could see this side of me rather than like the very polished like professional side?
You know what? Not really.
You're like, the parts they don't see for a reason.
I show the super professional on Eleanor Neale, and then the less professional on Ellie Neale.
Business at the front, pipe
But
at the
there's
back.
still a
And
level of
then
professionalism.
no one needs to see me in my like Uber driver kicking state, you know? Like that's
That's
actually,
for the Instagram.
That's
close
a Fireball
friends.
Friday and for the
that
close
would be
friends.
my Patreon.
I'll drink
you
to
know?
that. I'll drink to that. We haven't cleared
True,
the
we haven't
bottle.
had a shot in a minute.
Woo! Fireball Friday, by the way, guys.
Guys, too fair.
Harry, is that the fucking Temu shirt I see all
It
the
isn't.
time?
It actually
No,
isn't.
you need to get the Temu pig shirt.
What's that? Wait,
Has
what's the
nobody else
brand?
gotten it?
What's the brand? There's a brand.
There's like a
Ellie,
Temu
what's the
shirt and
brand?
it's like a pig. Chap, do you know what I mean?
Is that anything there?
No.
I bought it from a charity shop. It actually
Oh.
might be Temu from a charity shop.
The
No, it's not.
mountain.
It's from
Just
the
says
mountain.
the mountain.
But it's not like Temu quality, to be fair.
John Pork merch.
They're saying the pig shirt.
I know.
No, that's what. No,
It's
wait.
a wolf.
Do you know
No,
that?
have you not seen the Temu pigs yet?
Wait.
Oh my
Is
god.
it John Pork on
No,
the shirt?
I'll tell you what, Lexi. I got when we went on our, when we went on our night out. I went home and spent 20 quid on Temu
You make me sick.
after going home.
And you bought like
Guys, we went
3,000 things.
No.
We went on a night out and this man turned up to the bar we were at and had 6 tequilas. When I tell you, we'd had like maybe 3 or 4 cocktails.
I didn't know
When
that.
you said this man, I thought you meant a random man.
This man.
This
This man.
man had so many.
I did not know that.
Yeah, fast fashion company.
Yeah,
won,
we
but-
do. I've never purchased a Temu in my life, and I never will.
That's not
You're
true.
too
I
successful.
Fuck Temu, fuck Shein.
I actually love them. They're my favourite. Okay, first of all, we need to stop complaining.
Have
about...
that shot, you
Oh, no,
little
no, we need to stop complaining about child workers. Have you considered we're actually hiring them because their fingers are so small they can make it better? Hello? Like, okay, I don't mean to be that one friend that's too woke, but I feel like we need to look at this a different way.
No, I'm going to be so
They need
honest,
to
guys.
have a childhood. They need
yeah.
to.
But I can't lie. I've been a victim of...
It's sad.
When
Guys,
I do...
W child labour.
When I do dance videos and I have like 6 dance videos in a performance, sometimes I do fall victim to the Shein deals where I'm like, I have so many outfits I need to get, but I try to go proper fashion where I can, and my staple pieces are all proper, okay? And that's just me
But the
being
thing
honest.
is, the issue is like all clothing is like fucking horribly made.
Yeah,
Like
that's the thing.
H&M, like fucking even like Doc Martens aren't made in the UK anymore. That shit's overseas.
I'm gonna be so
Thank
real.
you, Massive Atom.
Check the charity shops.
Genuinely, that converted
Yeah, but
me.
I bought this from charity shop. It's still Temu.
No, see, the thing is,
But you know what? At that point, it's not your problem. You didn't put money in their pockets. You put money in a charity. A lot of
No, I stole it.
I would used to have really bad luck with thrifting. Since I moved to Brighton, I've started thrifting more. Genuinely, so many of my dance outfits, besides like that massive chunk that I just spoke about last year, been thrifted.
A lot of the shit I end up buying from charity shops is like ASOS. Like
It's
they're
like
very
a pretty little
recently
thing.
bought.
Yeah, genuinely, the brands you can find there is crazy.
In it.
I love doing a bunch of I love getting really drunk and scrolling through
Sorry.
Depop. I love getting really drunk and scrolling through Depop.
Excuse me? Freudian slip. To what then? What was he supposed to say? I feel like that was what.
The fact that it wasn't even like it was just an opening statement. It wasn't even like a halfway through slip up. It was an opening statement.
I love getting really drunk and scrolling through Depop. It's the same effect, so it's like I'm gonna go.
You're a Depop girl. I'm a Vinted girl.
Wait,
I
That's
no,
your
I don't buy
question next.
anything. I just like stuff.
I'm actually gonna do a whole thing with Vinted. Ooh,
Cat tour.
little exclusive. I'm doing a thing with Vinted in the new year where I'm selling like so much of my old clothes when I moved house.
Girl, I'd kill for your style as well. Wait, did you say you needed to pee or something?
Yeah, I was gonna go. Pay.
Okay, go.
Look at him holding his leg.
Whilst you go piss, we
You
can
go
talk
pee,
fashion and
girl.
girly pop stuff. No, because one of the number one things I always hear people say, which I agree with, is always like, Eleanor, I want your hair, Eleanor, I want your fashion, Eleanor, I want this, that, and the other. So I think if you had a Vinted, the girlies would go crazy.
Yeah, I'm starting a Vinted in the new year and like all of the things are being sold for charity. We haven't actually confirmed the charity yet, so if you have any suggestions, bring them forth. My first one was Refuge, but I don't want to diss a charity, but there has been something about them denying a trans woman.
That's what's so twisted
The
about
same
charities. I remember I try to
Sad.
donate often, and it sounds like I'm like virtue signaling.
Eleanor, are you selling your wig? Boo!
Wig? Oh my
Yeah, well,
you're
maybe.
Like, you're like, guys, I've got what's that brand that Molly May always works with that did like the hair curlers and the wigs and stuff, and it's like, I'm making BH Cosmetics for a new wig line.
My bellissima heritage.
But it's kind of, it's harder than ever to kind of like, I used to, because part of when I'd like promote, you know, when I talk about certain things like that are going on, I'd be like, hey, I promoted this, I've donated to this charity, and people will be like, no, girly, no. And it's like, it's almost like a fucking minefield within itself of like donating to the right places, which
Yeah.
sucks. But I think recently I never used to be into thrifting because I had such bad luck, which is such a first world like statement. But recently I've gotten so much more into it because it like, almost finding the right things is like its own, dare I say, mini game.
It is so
but it's fun.
It's so fun, and we can go together.
You need to check out the ones
Olivia.
near me. You check out the ones near
Genuinely,
me.
I was there by myself earlier, and I got kind of stuck in a dress. I'm gonna be so real. It said medium on the thing, and it was with all the other 14s. I'm a size 14. This was not a fucking 14. So I get it on, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror. It fits, but I'm like, it's not very flattering. So then I tried to take it off. Why can't I move the zip? Why isn't it coming off?
No!
And the zip is at the very back.
I'd never let that happen to you, baby girl.
Yeah, the whole time I was in there, I was like, I just wish I'd come shopping with some girls. I was like
Also,
trying to like shove it
I
away.
have such a love for like the ladies that work at the charity shops.
Oh,
like there's
legends.
like a genre of like older woman that works at a charity shop that I just love.
I love them.
It's like a yes! I want to give you all my money.
One of them was taking the piss out of me for like how long I'd been in the shop, and she was like, "You're still here. You want?" And like I'd already gone to the till and bought some stuff, and then I'd seen the jewelry stand as I was walking out, and I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna not
Brighton's
look at the
such a
jewelry
sucker
stand
for that as well.
Oh, I'm such a jewelry bitch.
But where is your? So would you say it's your fashion mostly thrifted? I have to ask for the girlies, the girlies and the gays and the days.
So the top today is not for thrifted. It's from Minga.
No, Minga's good.
And
Minga.
why is it called Minga?
London. Bring back Minga though.
I have a zip-up jacket from them that has the brand name on it, and I'm like, well, I don't want to
You're
wear
like, what'd you
it.
call me?
What do you mean? Why have I got up but have Minga on my clothing?
Bring back Minga. Bring back dirty skin.
Is that a thing through the whole of the UK, or is it just like, well, yeah, you're Southern?
No, yeah, I feel like Minga is like such a 2000s thing. We want to bring it back.
I think they're trying to like own it, but I can't do any more than this little tag
Minga
that
is
says
good.
Minga.
Do you know what? I've never thought that. I've shopped from there so many
Minga.
times and never thought that.
Like, when I got my zip-up jacket, I was like, well, I'm just not going to wear this because it says Minga on it. Like,
Bring back
no.
ping top. Yeah, that's what
But
I'm saying.
this skirt is from Vinted. It's from an authentic old lady as well, because she messaged and she was like, "Oh, my daughter's gonna tell me how to ship this in a couple of days. Hope you don't mind." And I was like, "Baby, don't worry."
I get overstimulated by Vinted, so the fact that you do that, I need to learn
I
how
love
to
it.
use it
It's like
properly.
it's like velvet. It's
It's
beautiful.
cute, but every time I see you, I keep being like, I want to touch. Also, guys, update on the bed situation. It's still being held up by pans and books.
Pans
but,
and a Colleen Hoover book.
But that the handle of the pan has now fallen off as well. So I think I need to get a new bed soon because even the pans are starting to fall apart, and it's scaring me. Pans and books, yeah, a pan's a pot and a Colleen Hoover book. That's Harry's beard.
I'm scared that he's got herpes after he made that joke. Like
I
I know he confirmed with us that he doesn't, but now I'm just a bit worried.
Who broke the bed? I think it was a build-up of, Zoil tries to claim it, but Zoil's our second episode. But also when Charlie, Neale, and Harry did their episode, I went to the toilet and they worked off the headboard. So there's like several things that have happened that I think led up to the like final. No, not immediately mention Zoil. Zoil tries to self-proclaim that he did it, but I don't think he did. I think it was Harry constantly falling off because it's the front left corner. The corner that Harry, like, is on constantly.
They're saying Neil and Charlie and Harry twerked
and jumped, right? R.I.P. to Lexie's hidden neon. I know, they're silencing me.
She fell behind the bed.
They're
She
silencing
did.
me.
And I went, I could pick it up, but we're going to just move the bed later and I'll pick it up.
But me don't want to.
No, but me don't want.
I don't want to move on without Harry. Because
Shall
the
I
next
show my
point is
feet
like,
again?
No! That's just for off camera.
We should have another drink is what I'm saying.
Fine, let's have another shot. Because I was about to say, once we finish this...
The same now!
Because
What's wrong with my feet?
Absolutely, to be fair, they're very
Guys.
nice feet. But once we finish these, I don't have any
leave
more
that
girly
to
pop
kick.
drinks. So I'm
Oh.
panicking a little bit.
I can drink a feet fireball.
Wow! Whoop whoop!
I've seen Pitbull live once.
Have you?
Is that accent allowed? What do you mean?
I don't
What,
know what.
the northern accent?
My Yorkshire accent? Is that allowed? Is this allowed?
Okay.
They all
that
they all
allowed?
said they don't want to see my feet. I went, shall I show my feet again? And they were like, no.
No, the Jamaican one. You did a Jamaican accent.
When?
I said me don't know.
Oh.
Oh.
I have a question for you.
But why would it not be allowed?
Right.
Sometimes I think it's a little bit dodge when like I'm allowed to sit here and do a Liverpool accent, but then as soon as it's Jamaican, people are like, "Is that allowed?" I'm like, "What's So what's allowed when it comes to doing an accent when it's not offensive? It's just
I think
fun
it's
and
intent.
conversation.
If you're doing it with a strange intent, then it's strange.
Exactly.
Whereas
So-
I just do a lot of
So is it
accents.
that one friend who's too woke? Genuinely.
But I think it's just I think it's an intent thing. If you're doing it with malicious intent, then it's definitely a bad thing. But it's like if you're doing it just like if I was to do a Welsh accent right now, it would be a very different story.
Someone said, I'm from Liverpool, please don't. But then the next person said, I'm Jamaican, I'll allow it. So you're allowed.
And they're from Liverpool.
Sagamana's best football player in the world.
We're going to do a fireball shot, girls.
Fucking fireball shot.
Cheers everybody.
I won't do it again. Oh.
Yo, family.
Okay.
So,
How do you do a Brum accent? Was I kind of doing one? I feel like Liverpool and Brum are a bit similar. Will I get cancelled?
I don't
for
know
that?
the difference. I can't. So I went to Liverpool. I always tell this story. I really don't. I always get scared this is really rude. I don't think it is. I went to Liverpool because we filmed like a ghost hunting video that never saw the light of day, and we didn't really get to experience Liverpool. So we were kind of all just with ourselves. We didn't actually really talk to anyone. The last day we're leaving the hotel, this guy gets in the lift and he's talking on the phone, the thickest Liverpool accent I've ever heard, and it's like, "Yeah, glad like fucking," it's like, "Fuck, I'll be at the fucking bar in a minute," and I was like, what is this? I was like, oh my god, I'm in a nightmare. I'm like stuck in the lift with this, like, he's just from Liverpool, he's just a Liverpool lad. But I was like, oh no, this is nightmare fuel.
I went, what's the Adelphi?
The Adelphi, that's where I was, that's where I went for the video.
I stayed in the Adelphi, which is like this hotel which was so big and so famous, everyone stays there. Now it's the worst hotel. From the outside it looks so fancy, but it's like so bad in that. I stayed there with my girlfriend for a weekend. We went on a weekend in Liverpool, and oh my god, it was nice. It was quite old until my girlfriend woke up with bedbug bites, and then I went, no, I don't think they are. Let me check the mattress. I'm checking it. I flipped the mattress. There's a notepad under the bed, and we go, what is it? And we're reading through it. We read about 2 pages until we realised it was actually a diary which probably ended with a suicide note. And it was like getting more and more depressing. We're like, yeah, we're actually probably not going to read this anymore.
Terrifying.
Luckily, we were leaving in the morning. But it was actually like, it was mad. However, what I will say about Liverpool, in terms of actual clubbing, it's mint.
I want to go back to experience Liverpool culture outside
like-
of that hotel.
Aside
It's like-
from the suicide hotel room, like the
It's
clubbing
like-
scene is sick.
It's like we went down it and it was like the fucking strip in Greece. Like it was mad. It was like there was a disco spoof. Walk down the road. They had like this lovely club with like 3 floors. It's I get why it got voted best night out in England.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah.
I will forever.
And a money night out.
I'll defend Bristol. I still think Bristol's the best night
You
out.
love Bristol, don't
I
you?
love Bristol.
Would you like to ask the next question?
Yeah, no, obviously, of
The
course.
next one's a big one. I had to wait till Harry was back because this is a big one.
You are the goat of throwing
Thank
parties.
you.
Actually, she knew what we were going to say before she even said it.
You're
guys.
the goat of throwing parties. What is like the maddest story or stories you have from? Because I've only been to 3 of them.
No, I want to say everyone has an Eleanor Neale party story, and do you know what's crazy?
I've been offered a threesome 3 times.
Which is crazy.
I've been to 3 parties.
And you know what? That's one of my maddest stories is when that really, really old woman, I didn't mean that, really, like older, like way older.
28.
Way older
28,
than you.
28, I was 18.
She propositioned him for a threesome?
Guys,
No,
just a
that was
twosome.
She was trying to invite me back to her like apartment in Mayfair. It was. Do you not know who invited me to a threesome?
whilst
Let
you
me
write
just-
that,
It
Can I
wasn't
just
that.
clarify that this girl wasn't...
she was like a +1.
She wasn't invited to my party by me. I had invited someone and they were like, can I bring my older sister? And I said, yeah, sure.
Oh, Fork Found in
Ah.
Kitchen. Fork Found in Kitchen.
Yeah, no.
I
Like-
love her. It's
Did
Fork
you
Found
know
Kitchen.
that they were going to proposition me for a threesome with this person? Like, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, I did. I remember I was like, the thing with Eleanor's parties is it always ends up in your room, not in a weird way, is that everyone just ends up sat in your room. It's so strange, on the floor, in the balcony.
The parties end at like 6 a.m.
and
So
it-
by
it's
that
everyone
point, everyone's
yapping.
like slumped
When you said you do
out.
another party, is it your old place or your new place?
This place, I'm guessing.
New place.
Oh.
New-
So,
How
no,
the
no,
fuck
no,
have you
old place.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
London or Brighton?
for London.
Okay.
My birthday party. My birthday is on a Friday this year, so we're doing a house party for it.
Oh.
Oh,
And
I love
we We've got to bring the vibes.
So Fireball Friday will be on a Thursday.
Yes! So we're at Eleanor's and I go out to get a drink and Harry's there as well. And he goes, guess how old the girl that's talking to me is? And he's going, guess how old? And I'm like, I'm guessing like it was going to be a crazy age. So I was like, I don't know, 23? Because you were 18 at the time, so I was like 23, 24. And you went, 28. And I literally looked at you and I went, brother, you're a victim.
Dude, the funny... No, because I was like... but Jack has so many pictures. Jack was like a photographer. He was following me around, like, taking pictures.
Horrid.
Were you there that time Adam was getting with someone on the balcony?
I was the one that pointed it out!
Someone who has a boyfriend.
Oh, no, I was there for that. I was on the other side. I was on the other side of the drama.
We're all in Eleanor's living room. We're all just talking. And then all of a sudden you start hearing... And I'm like, I was like, guys, what's that? And you look over, and the thing with your living room is that it's all glass.
A full wall of windows
balcony
that are out onto my balcony.
And all you see is someone like backing up onto the balcony. They're like making out, and the banging is them like banging against the window as they're making out. And I go, because I was going, what's that? And I go, oh my God, louder than I should have. Everyone looks, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, who said that? Who pointed that out?
It was one of our friends with a guy who has a boyfriend, but I think they're in an open relationship.
I'm going to be honest, about 5 seconds ago, I don't know, one of you said the name of who it was.
Yeah, it was Eleanor, but who's pointing that out? I'm not going to point that out. But I
what did I say?
You did say who it was.
You did say.
But it's okay.
So like no one listen is all.
But everybody has a Eleanor Neale party story, because you know what's crazy? Your birthday was the first YouTube event I ever went to, and it was the one you had at Bounce?
My
21st at
Pre-COVID.
Way
My
pre-COVID.
21st.
And I remember G being like, do you want to come to this party? It's like a YouTuber party. You don't have to come if you don't want. I turned up and I met you. I met like one of your best friends at the time. I'm meeting... George was there. George Mimilas.
George
like,
Mimilas, James Marriott.
That's where I met everyone. That's where I met Charlie Roxburgh for the first time. Do you know what, guys?
Charlie was there.
The Fireball Friday cinematic universe is crazy.
Everyone's connected.
Eleanor Neale's party was I don't know why government named you that. Was the first place I met Charlie, but also the party where you and Jack first met. The person who was refereeing your Connect 4 match was Neale.
Yes! He's in... You know what? The first day that me and Jack ever met each other was at Charlie Roxburgh's birthday party.
I remember it so vividly.
We were on this table playing Connect 4, me and Jack Manifold, because I did kind of fancy him. I'm not gonna lie. I fancied him. I was pulling him for this game of Connect 4. We're playing. And then like months later, we're seeing each other. I love this boy. Adam texts me and he's like, oh my God, I have a photo of the moment that you and Jack Manifold met. So cute. He sends me these photos. Niren's in the corner.
Yeah, he's there like...
But
I love it though. That's so cute.
I remember so vividly one of the people I was with being like, Eleanor and Jack, is there like something there? And I was like, don't be stupid. I was like, don't be silly. No, they're just playing Connect 4. And of course
You know
not.
what? There was genuinely like... There was no weird intentions.
I think it was.
Night.
I think it was It was like such a friendly Connect 4 match. I think it was a thing that only like either a guy that would like could see. You know when it was like only a certain person can like see the level of.
You know
the
what
frequency.
though? I think just generally we had so much
just good
chemistry, and if we'd never become a couple, we would still have like great bestie chemistry.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, it turned a little romantic.
But I find it so funny, like the I guess it's a Fireball Friday cinematic universe, but I feel like there are so many people that I've met. That's what I was saying. The FBFCU. But it's like I feel like so many people that I've met at a Neale party, or everybody has a story from your party. Which first of all,
I love that.
The
shit.
aura you hold for that is crazy.
I love that shit. I was like, I went to one of my friend's houses like a good few months ago, and he was like, yeah, this girl I was sleeping with, and I was like, who? And he was like, well, I slept with her after one of your parties. I went, what? He was like, yeah, she was covered in fake blood, so it must have been your Halloween party. I was like,
oh, I know exactly who it is as well.
Do you?
Yeah, I never know anyone's names, but I.
Wait.
Oh, the I didn't know that.
Okay.
We're just gossiping.
Do you know what I love about this? Like, whenever we do that, is because I already know what you're gonna say, and we just go, yeah. And then Harry goes, oh, that. And I nearly turned it up whilst you were going, oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Love the username on the murder scene. Hey.
Also, that's an Eleanor Neale fan if I've ever seen
You
one.
slayed that. Does anyone want to see my feet?
No!
Girlie, I will give you my slippers in a second if you don't STFU. But like,
no!
Wait, so what's the maddest personal story from your party?
Yeah, what's besides Harry getting groomed?
Apart from me... Okay, let's not call it grooming, because I was on it as well, right? So, it was just insane.
I personally don't have that many weird stories. There was one morning that I woke up after a party and I found someone had threw up on my balcony.
Guilty.
Was it you?
No, it wasn't me.
You know what though? Because I can kind of understand if I lived in a house. Someone said, Lexie, please give her socks.
That's Adrena Pog. Oh my god, Adrena
love
Pog's
Adrena
actually the
Pog.
goat.
No, yeah, someone... I could understand if I lived in a normal garden where the rain would come and wash it away. I live in a skyscraper. I have a balcony, and the balconies have a roof of the balcony above. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like layered as well.
Yeah,
it's kind of like your holiday story. It's like that similar.
That shit's never gonna get washed away. Someone went outside, threw up in my garden, and then
Which is
I
crazy,
had to go out and like with a big fat tissue bin bag situation, pick up this dried vom from one of my plant pots where I'd been planting my plants.
Oh.
I was so upset because I've actually been like planting wildflowers.
thing
Which
is-
is mad, because I've vomited at your parties before.
I've
but I
never
don't
in the
do-
toilet.
I've done it. Oh, I don't know
In,
about it.
off the balcony.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Well, it goes into the river.
Yeah, you're nuts.
Not
the thing
even because I live.
It hit me all
I
the
think
sudden.
I actually might
Emetophobia
have
warning.
said how-
Emetophobia warning.
I
For, like, 2
live
minutes.
so high up.
Can you say what floor? It's aura.
I'm not gonna say what
No,
floor.
but it's a high one.
Near enough.
112.
It's like 6 syllables.
My apartment
Thank you,
building.
Adrena.
Emetophobia warning. My apartment is. So my apartment building goes up to 53 floors. So we don't need to.
Wait, chat. I'll go like this when we've stopped talking about throwing up. If anyone has an emetophobia.
Have you ever discovered an upper decker? You ever had an upper decker? I left an upper decker after one of your parties.
I don't like
What's
the
that?
sound of that.
So you know the toilet lid, where you flush the best of water there. Take the lid off and poop in that part. It's an upper decker. Instead of putting it in the lower bowl, you put it in that part there. Did you ever find my upper decker?
Wait, I don't get it.
So you know with the toilet, you've got the bowl, and then you've got the area where you with the actual flusher on at the top. If you can take the lid off.
Fuck off.
Mate, it's still there.
I hate him.
I left an upper decker.
I hate him and it's not true.
W upper decker, guys.
Wait,
W
are we
upper
done
decker.
talking? Oh wait.
Did you get a whopper?
Oh, that,
A what?
that's good.
Oh,
That's so
W
good.
joke! The thing is, the Ellie Neale house party is the most brat-coded thing you'd ever see. It's not an Eleanor Neale house party unless somebody's throwing up. And do you know who's always at the scene of the crime? Can I name and shame them? She's the cutest ever. Glam by Flo. I love Flo so much. That girlie is always at the scene of the crime,
And-
appeared in her pajamas because Eleanor's given her some and she's thrown up at the scene of the crime.
Let me call someone else out. If you're still here, Steffo Sims, I love you so much.
I've never
Steph
seen Steph. throw
Okay,
up.
no more throwing up mention. We'll use euphemisms.
I've never seen-
Okay, well,
I-
just people that partied too hard.
Party too hard.
Include Flo, Steffo Sims, that girl that bent my lamp.
Can
I
I
love
tell?
Steph.
Can
Steph
I-
is so
One
brat-
time,
Can I tell the
does
Steph
anyone
story?
know who Traplaw Ross is?
Yes, I still follow him on Instagram from your party.
He's alright.
Wait, what were you
I
going
am-
to say about Steph?
I don't know if I told you the story about Steph. I don't know if I can tell it. Where I had this. I brought a +1. My friend Michael. Anyone who knows me probably knows.
Love Michael.
Anyone probably knows is Michael.
Oh
Crichton.
my god!
Michael Croydon!
And the thing is,
Croydon.
Michael is very, very attractive man, but I never gave him the heads up going, hey, by the way, this isn't really a part, like, we'll probably be the youngest day. Even though we're 19, this isn't going to be a party kind of where you can pull. I never really gave him the heads up, so he was
Because to
like...
you it's obvious.
Huh?
Like,
For me, it's obvious, but like, and he was, I believe, I was so drunk, but I think Jack told us to me, he was trying to he was like trying to flirt with Steffo Sims, and he turned him down. And then we're all so drunk, we're all laughing, and he goes, "Oh, you're racist, man." And I'm joining in. I'm going, "Yeah, no, Steph, you're definitely racist." And Steph goes, "Take your hat off. Look at your skinhead, Harry. You're the racist one." I completely forgot about it. I bump into her at TwitchCon San Diego this year, gives me a hug, goes, "How's my favourite racist?" But I was so drunk, I have no memory of the situation.
Didn't you also say it to a different person by accident?
I said it.
Wait, I'm gonna mute for a second.
So
anyway, sorry.
Comes up and he goes, "How's my vote racist?" And I'm like, "What? Cool, right?" She explained it to me. I go, "Yeah, that's me." Or like Jack explained it to me. And then in on the last night, I'm at Noah Peakerclick's house party, and I go up to Superfellow E's, thinking I'd gotten the two mixed up. And I turn around to her, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna do the opener back to her." I go, "Oh, how's my favourite racist?" And for some reason,
Poor Ellie, by the way, just there like.
And she must have thought I was just like doing a weird bit and went along, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm alright. How are you?" And then nothing happens for 30 seconds. I go, "Oh my god, that didn't happen with you. That was someone completely different."
No.
And it was so awkward. It was so awkward, man. Also, I need to add for the context, my friend Michael, he's like a Jamaican man. Like he's, I feel like you guys could infer.
Also, I'd like to say I had no idea that you came with this person. This Michael guy then passed out on the sofa.
That's the thing.
I had several videos of just this guy that I was like, haha, this guy passed out at Eleanor's, and everyone was around him going, as I took photos of him passed out. 2 days later, Harry goes, "That's my mate," and I'm like, no.
You know what the funniest thing is? He didn't pass out. He fell asleep. He'd been working. So my dad, I got him a job at my dad's shop because my dad works Sainsbury's. So I got him a job there, and he had worked 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Goes home, gets ready, comes to the party, and he just fell asleep.
Bless him.
And then everyone's coming up to me going, "Oh, is your friend Michael okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, he's not drunk, he's just tired."
Yeah, because everyone would have thought he just passed out.
Because it's like the parties go on so late. It was like 3 a.m. and
It does. I'd say like
The parties go on too
about
late.
3, 4 a.m. is prime party time. Then from 4 till like maybe 7, 8 a.m. is just yapping time.
It was
7,
crazy.
8 a.m. until I can go to sleep. It's my house, girls.
But you and Jack, there have been times where Jack has been, I remember New Year's. Was it New Year's? Jack got very bad and had to like cut off your room as an area.
Well, no, it's because
Jack
he had
gets
the shits.
stressed
He had the shits, didn't he?
Well, thank you for tagging the chat.
My IBS boy.
But no,
That's
it
my
was
shitty boy.
It was
Fireball Friday, by the way. Anyone remember that?
March this year when I met my girlfriend for the first time. Finn Hitchcock's boat party, right?
You met your girlfriend for the first time at the boat party?
We were talking about why she came down.
First time she met you
Because
as
that's
well.
the first time I met Harry's girlfriend the first time he met her.
Yeah, so
It was a really fun night actually.
she came down for that.
It was a really fun night.
And then she left, and you were like, "Oh, after's at ours," and it was like midnight. I didn't leave till 5 in the morning. There were only 10 of us. No, there's no need. There's no need for an afters to go on that long.
Eleanor is a piccolo queen. Like there was 10 of us, and we knew maybe 4 of them. There was like 4 or 5 of us that we knew, and half of us were strangers, and we just go piccolo. By the end of the night, I knew all of them.
You know what? If you're a drinking kind of person, you need to download the Piccolo app on your phone.
You have shares in Piccolo.
I credit that to like how I have navigated my social life in the past few years. So like we'd go out to a bar and I'd be like there with so many new people. Like the first time I ever came to Brighton and I'm meeting all these new people and I'm like, should we play Piccolo? And it's like, who did the craziest thing in the last 24 hours? And so you all have to like tell your craziest thing. I don't know, it's a good way to get to know people and break the ice.
I tell a story. That night where there was a load of strangers, there was one guy that was there that was hitting on me. And I was like, you know when you know once someone is hitting on you and you're not necessarily into it, but you're like, but they're hitting on me, so maybe I'll like, I'll feed into it, but it won't like mean anything.
Was this at the you at the afters?
Yes. Because I have several videos and photos of you
What, my house?
where you made every single Wordle a certain F slur.
Oh yeah, and then you tweeted and people got angry
Yeah,
at
and the
me.
dream stands found you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was this guy that was hitting on me, and I was kind of like, oh, I'm not really into this. And then he like took me to London Bridge to get my train home because he was getting a train the same way, and we were just having conversations. It was nothing serious. And he like follows me on everything. Okay, a couple days later, I go to tag him in something. I check his account, and his profile said his name 18, just 18, and I went.
You know what's even madder? Because I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I still follow him.
Wait, no, like, can I finish? Wait, what are you gonna say?
And Nat, have you seen what he does?
Yes.
He's like proper right wing.
Yes.
Like...
However, so he put just
At my party. I need to know.
No, at the boat
because
party.
he was
At
a
the
Oh, at the
random.
boat party.
But
At
his
the
his
office.
account just said 18. So he keeps swiping up on my stories, and obviously I didn't kiss him or anything at all. I was like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna message him at all then, not even be nice. Keep swiping up on my stories, and eventually he swipes up on it, and I go, I swear you're 18. I'm like, sorry, the reason I'm not replying to you is because like you said you were 18, and he goes, no, I'm not. 18's just my lucky number. But when he said that, I just come back from an event and I was really drunk. So I was like, yeah, okay, sick. Okay, cool. And I was like messaging everyone going, guys, it's fine, he's not 18, it's just his lucky
I
number.
remember you telling me, guys,
And
it's
him-
just his lucky number.
It's just his lucky number. And I was like, he was like, I'm 21. He went, no, I'm 21. I check his account 2 days later. He updated his bio to 18 years old. Still messaging me all the time, by the way. I wasn't replying again because I just generally wasn't interested, so I was just generally airing him. And he
Who was that lucky number?
updates it to 18 years old and keeps trying to like message me. And I was like, there's no way.
No.
Because this guy, by the way, was talking to me about the uni he went to, about people he knew from my hometown. And I was like, oh, he must be like 20, was the way he was talking. Turns out he dropped out of the uni that he was talking about, so he was still very young. And I was like,
That's just
no,
my lucky number,
no,
innit?
just my lucky number.
That's my lucky number.
just my
Smart.
I look back on it sober and I'm like, there's no way I
You
was
ain't
like,
gotta worry about it. That's
But
just
I
my
was
lucky
so
number.
drunk, I went, yeah, sick, of course, 18, lucky number, no.
But
And
it-
now his bio is like 18 years old.
That's
he's
the
like,
funniest shit.
He comes up. I think I actually commented one of the posts and I said, "Oh, I was like, you're such a melt," and because he started doing, he's like interacting with like these like like almost like Andrew Tate-esque videos where he's bordering on it to what you could go, okay, he's not, but he does it so often you go, okay, yeah, like he's a fucking weirdo, man. I think I did unfollow him. I think I
I
responded
feel
to his
like the
story.
water cooler where everyone does their gossip. Like, guys,
Yeah,
my
go,
vagina's
go,
not
go,
even
go.
there.
But there's a chance it could be.
I was just generally holding you down. You never know where you could go. You're really gulping on that.
Okay, and that's
Yo,
a counter.
guys,
Not even.
this was up to here before she did that. Holy shit.
That's mad. You're actually.
I'm hydrated. Where are you going?
I always
he
thought
always does that.
because look, Lexi, look how much space you have.
Guys,
yeah?
sorry.
Lexi was saying that there's skid
My-
marks on the wall from you.
I was saying that my house is being destroyed.
Harry nearly took one of her birth controls earlier.
I did. 'Cause I thought it
Are
was.
we allowed to
I
say
thought it
that?
was. I thought it was cocodamol.
Cocodamol?
Dude, I was about to. Alright, I got it.
Ah!
Is this a cocodamol?
Yeah, this is just
No, that's birth control.
Percocet.
Molly
Molly
Percocet.
Percocet.
Ooh.
Break the sit.
Never chase a bit. So one time, basically, when I moved out with
That was
G,
mint.
when you live with somebody who collects a lot of shit, like as in G's a personal shit collector, she'll say it. She's like,
Lol.
but it's shit / pause. Like she'll have the most random stuff, but it's really nice.
Yeah.
She'll have like random plushies, random like flower ornaments that
Maximalist.
you never buy on your own accord,
I'm
but
a
it's so pretty.
maximalist.
And because she was a maximalist, I was the minimalist in the living relationship. So she was like, I'll buy the TV, I'll buy the stuff. You just don't worry. As long as I'll pay for it 100%, as long as like it's mine. I was like, yeah, it's a future Lexi problem. So like when we moved out, all the stuff she didn't care about, I was like, sick. And one of those things was the medical drawer. So I was like, brrr. And one of the things she had like really bad like health issues. So she had cocodamol. So I was like not thinking.
Is it just like codeine?
Yeah, but it's UK coded. So I just like without thinking, and as I was going through, I went, "That's cocodamol." Didn't really know what it was. And then you were looking for like a paracetamol, and you went, "Lexi, you've got cocodamol." But he made so many jokes about like having the cocodamol that I like. He was every Friday. Harry used to stay around mine because he like obviously lived in London. It got to a point where I got so nervous he was gonna like do Like, I was so drunk, and he kept making jokes about it. I went, I'm taking it with me. And for like 6 months, this cocodamol was just on my side here.
It's good. I've heard back. My ex used to snort it, so it was like she used to crash up. And to be fair, she wasn't cocaine addict. So it's like
Okay, so you're trauma dumping.
fork found in kitchen, but I'm like I've heard some banging things about it, so I was like I might maybe give it a go.
You made so many jokes. I like left. I was ready to go to bed. I got out of bed and walked across the kitchen like in my pajamas, going, wait a second. Like rummaged through the drawer and went, and walked back into my room. Like, it was so bad. And it sat there for so long. It's now back in my medical drawer.
Did you know that you can make lean from cocoa?
Yeah. And like Jolly Ranchers.
I
and some
tried
lemon.
when I was like 17.
Well, you make lean with just straight codeine.
My mum,
don't you?
as I mentioned earlier, she had a really rare form of TB that gave her a lot of pain, so she was on cocodamol, and she doesn't know that I once nabbed her medication and tried to make lean, but failed.
Was it second? You said second person in the UK to have it. Was it also second in the world?
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, that's a
'Cause
hard
I feel like
statistic to confirm.
If
Yeah.
I don't mean any offense by this. This is my personal preference. If I had a really rare disease, I'd rather be the first person to they name it after me.
Maybe, but they also just they wouldn't
Like the
even
sushi
have
wrap.
a clue how to help you is all.
But
Like
yeah.
my mum still had it really fucking rough. Like they were trying all sorts on her. Obviously that they tried on this woman before, but it wasn't working on my mum. So like even though they had the same thing doesn't mean like the same thing treated it. It was
Imagine
weird.
getting average-itis.
I'd rather kill myself.
Average-itis. Why is your name Average Harry?
I'm actually quite angry because I have like I'm quite angry.
Angry
That's
Harry.
unrelated to the name. He's
No,
just generally
okay.
being quite
So
angry.
opening statement. I don't know why I said it like I was in court.
Witness!
I'm actually quite upset.
Remember that?
I remember.
Witness!
I remember that.
Yo,
was good.
guys, witness in the chat.
I'm quite upset. I call myself Average Harry and it stuck because I have the coolest middle name ever. I should have gone with something to do with that, but it's because I'm genuinely bang average. I don't excel at anything. I'm like bang average.
This is not true.
But in terms of like video games, school, subjects, everything, I'm just kind of bang average.
Jack of all
Social,
trades,
you
master of
excel.
none.
Yeah, social I'm in, but I can't call myself.
Social and humour, you excel.
But like, I can't call myself Great Banter Harry.
yeah.
Because
Sensational at everything.
that- that's
Tornado of banter.
Tornado of banter. Yeah, but then imagine I kind of blow up, and then there's like TikTok comments going, "Tornado of banter." Oh, fuck off your shit, kill yourself. And I'm like,
Oh, there's
And you
always
get
going
those
to be that.
anyway.
There is always going to be
but
that.
average, I'm like setting myself up for failure.
I
innit?
also
So
just
I'm
think
like,
it
but, like,
sounds right.
Average Harry's mint.
I think it's always better to lowball yourself so that you can exceed expectations.
I used to be the
I
gaming
think you do
magician.
that.
Average Tornado Harry.
But, like, you
These
can't-
are all great.
you can't-
Why did Tornado get omitted from the...
Government
From
name.
the
I don't know
screen name.
why. I actually don't know why. My brother got lucky with the middle name. I didn't. Because my brother's Skyscraper.
Skyscraper.
You know what?
Like the Demi Lovato song.
Like
A
a
skyscraper!
You know what though? If it was my middle name, I would have preferred Tornado.
But
than
okay, the
Skyscraper.
reason why my parents did it is because my dad believed people grew into their name. Called my brother Skyscraper. He's now 6'5".
He's tall and you're insane.
And you're
Yeah.
an immovable
But I'm like-
object, an unstoppable force.
Imagine, but like Tornado. Sure, I grew into it. If I enter a room, people know. Like I make myself known. Imagine I grew into. Imagine he called me like Harry 8-incher Benstead, and I grew into that. And I'm like, mate, that's me. Harry multi-trillionaire Benstead. But no,
Yeah.
Tornado. Really? You know what I mean? I feel like
Harry Billionaire Benstead.
if I was a girl, I would have been Stacey Sparkle. That's a stripper name.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd love the middle name spot.
It was my middle name.
Mad.
It was between Tornado and Vortex.
Vortex
But
is kind of crazy.
Vortex known for sucking. I would have been the throat goat, man.
Yeah, you would have
Whoa.
been extra gay.
I would have been number one on.
I feel like
ref.
it's better for your career to be
So-
Tornado.
So,
Yeah.
You're a more powerful force.
so
Yeah.
Eleanor.
Yeah, to be fair, it's getting late, isn't it?
Yo,
Let's
I love
answer
what,
some questions.
so, you were on Locked In, which is very early.
Boo again!
Yeah, big
Boo.
boo, but very early Eleanor Neale lore. I feel like a lot of
I didn't know
people.
I
feel
was
like
still fat then.
they're.
Shout out, fat people.
Shout out Fat Ellie. She was so cute.
I love
Genuinely,
all
like
Ellies.
I think. Let me have a little moment. I think a lot of people that were once like overweight or obese, and then they get small, they kind of like hate on their former
We've
self.
been. I was
I
like,
never-
is this
I
too
never hate
personal
on
a
her.
question?
I
Because
would
you've
never
been
do
very
that.
open about like your weight loss journey,
Yeah.
the services you've had henceforth, and I was like, I don't know if that's like appropriate to talk about, if it's something you're comfortable about.
I mean, I've never spoken about the whole process majorly, but one thing that I've always said is like, I moved away from my family home and I love my mum so much, but maybe she didn't have the healthiest eating habits, and obviously they were put onto me when I was
I'd like
a
to preface by saying I've always thought you were the most beautiful girl, by the way. I remember like going to the first Eleanor party, not knowing who you were, and I was that +1. You know, it's always that +1. I remember meeting you, and you were just so lovely, and you were wearing the most gorgeous dress. I remember being like, who is this girl? But because there were so many people at your party, you kind of like, you made the effort to talk to everyone once.
I was
type
running
thing.
around.
You
I
have
was
always
so
been the
And you've
go-to
always
host.
been that girly. I remember being like, oh my god, this girl is gorgeous, and I've known you as that ever since. So
Aw,
having
thank you, babe.
having seen your journey, it hasn't even been a matter of when people see a weight loss journey and they're like, it's an A to B. It's a seeing you become more comfortable within yourself type thing, no matter what you look like. It's a seeing like there's a glow that you have. And I always
Yeah.
find this whenever people like find themselves within themselves, whatever that means. It's you finding that confidence in yourself and that glow that you get from that, and you finding happy
Yeah.
within yourself and that confidence. I've always
Yeah.
found to be extremely admirable. I
It's-
want to say that, by the way, because it's not a aesthetic
Oh shit!
thing.
I forgot we
It's the-
had
it's the
it.
final shot.
It's a confidence thing. It's how you know, and that
Oh, you
is
pulled the
associated
final
with it.
one, the
The final
final
one.
fireball.
That's not
To-
associated
The
with it.
last
To beautiful
dirty
people.
line.
To big women.
Yeah,
Mm.
Because I'm gonna be so real. I mean, obviously, I have a husband now. I'm like locked down for life. But my taste in girls was always like chunky, curvy, like kind of looked like me at the
I
time.
feel like that's a very common thing though with bisexual girls. The girls kind of always attract to girls that kind of look like them.
Yeah, have heard. But yeah, the whole weight loss thing, like I never really talk about it too much because I don't want to trigger anyone. I know how I was when I was like really big and like wanting to lose weight. I was listening so intently and following people
But always
so
stunning.
intently.
I want to another point.
Thank you, darling.
Always fucking stunning.
This is one thing that like I have been able to look back on her, like me when I was at my highest weight, and I love her. I think she's so pretty. I think she's so cute. She is me. She is exactly the same person as me. But I have just become so much more healthy. Like it was when I left home in the north and I moved to London and I suddenly started cooking all my own meals. I like educated myself on nutrition. Like I love my mummy so much and I'm really trying to educate her now because I didn't have that education growing up. Like for breakfast I'd be like given 2 crumpets loaded with butter and then I'd come home and have like smiley face potatoes and sauce for tea. You know, like where's the protein? Where's the veg?
Yeah.
Like I love my mummy so much and she did the best that she possibly could with the job that she had and stuff like that. But you know, it makes me feel good that like I'm educated now and when I have kids, like there's gonna be protein on that plate. There's gonna be vegetables on that
And
plate.
some
you
smiley
know?
faces.
People say, crumpets, you know.
No, it does. But it's
they
that
are
thing.
so good.
That's so
But it is such a thing of like beauty isn't associated with a look. I know that if I'm going to get so deep for a second, and I'm sure like everybody has opinions on it. People like there's always going to be a beauty standard. You know, for ages it was like BBL culture, and then it was like cocaine skinny. Like there's always going to be like a culture, but beauty, like self-confidence, and that level of it. No matter how cringe I sound or like preachy I sound, I stand by it. It doesn't have a look. It's genuinely how you feel in yourself, and it's like if no matter how you look, as long as you feel confident in yourself, that's the most important thing. Somebody said skinnier doesn't mean healthier. That's so true. That's
That
so
is,
true.
I mean,
So true.
It's so true. It's how you feel in yourself, and as long as you're healthy, and as long as you're looking after yourself, and you're good. There's no
really-
look to that.
It does really depend what you're putting in your body. Like when I was big and it was just like crumpets and butter, that's nothing compared to like a breakfast of like eggs and spinach and
Yeah.
like I feel like it's great to be an adult now and feel in control of what I'm putting in my body. Like it's not my mum that's cooking things now, it's me. I cook me and Jack meals all the time. I'm so wifed up
I
these
saw
days.
this the other day.
Since me and Jack have been living together, I'm so wifed up. I cook so many of our meals. We have like bacon, egg, and like spinach sandwiches in the morning. Like I don't know. I love my mum so much, and she was so busy when I was growing up. But
you've always held a level of confidence. I think, like, I always get nervous when I'm drunk that I'm going to make it sound something that I don't mean. But no matter what you look like, and I've always perceived you as just always beautiful, so it doesn't really matter. No matter how I've seen you've always just come across as so confident and radiant. So it's like,
thank you.
I think there's a difference between somebody being radiant because of their attitude and somebody becoming radiant because of how they perceive themselves and kind of like an inner radiance. And I've seen you be both.
Yeah,
and it's like,
thank you. I was just thinking that as you were saying it, I was like, and I feel like I've gone through both in my life, and that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Like, even when I was bigger, it was never like I had bad self-esteem on like an unconscious level, but as conscious as I was, I didn't feel inferior to anyone. I didn't feel unconfident. Obviously, there were parts of my body that I didn't really like, but like I never I don't know. It was never like an underlying like negative like I am worse than everyone else. It was I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean, going back to the skin doesn't mean healthier. I mean, everyone's been watching me for a while. It was like 2 years ago now. In like 8 months, when I started going gym, I dropped from like 115 kilos to like 85. I was always really big growing up. Dropped loads, and then I was like, oh my god, congratulations! And I'm like, oh yeah, I was going gym 2 hours a day. Every time I had dinner, I was going bathroom with my fucking fingers down my mouth. And then I put it back on, and now that I've like actually started going to gym, now that I'm here, I'm like, now I'm cooking my own meals, I'm doing everything. It's like, okay, now it actually feels like I'm doing it properly, rather than fucking doing the make yourself sick.
And it is healthy for every single person. I've done the laugh. Healthy looks different for every person. I think that is the issue. I'm like, okay, because I'm getting drunk, I'm getting worried that I'm coming across as preachy. So God bless if I come across like that. But it is healthy looks different for every single person because quite literally we're not all built the same. And it is self-confidence doesn't look the same as every single person. Like, I was somebody that very much has struggled continuously with eating as well. I've always been a skinnier person, and I think it rolls both ways of the cube. I remember somebody being like, "You're so skinny, you should eat more," and I'm being like, "Ooh." And it rolls both ways, and I feel like it's always a very techie thing to talk about for everyone because like talking about self how you perceive yourself is so difficult for every single person. And no matter what you say, you'll probably rub someone the wrong way because it is so objective. But as long as you're healthy, no matter how you look at, you're healthy. So as long as you're happy within yourself, so that you're saying that like you reached a point where you were like, okay, I feel like I wasn't as healthy, and then I became healthier and I became happier in myself. No matter what that happier in yourself version looked like, you were happier in yourself. And it, like, you know,
and that's the only thing that should matter.
All that matters is that you feel healthier within yourself and happy. Like, that's literally all that matters. And like, I know it sounds like, you know, like, again, preaching to the choir, but it's like, no matter what that looks like, because the thing is, beauty standards are always going to be fluctuating. It's always going to be, no, look like this, now look like this, now this is the trend, now this is the trend.
It's actually so scary.
And do you know what's so shit is that bullying's always going to be a thing. Do you know what I find so crazy? That I got bullied when I was a kid for being really tall and really skinny, and then when you turn 18, it's like everyone wants to be tall and skinny, but then
it's so mad because like look at Taylor
having
Swift.
A fat ass, and then you're older
Taylor
and you're
Swift is the most popular woman in the world, and I bet so many of the like high school boys would say she's too skinny, she's too tall.
It is.
She
is entirely
the it girl.
It's health. And do you know? However much I feel like modern day society. I love how we've gone into this deep like societal conversation when we have so many more questions.
I'm always here to be a deep bitch.
Me too. But like that. Do you know what? How many issues I have with modern day like pop culture? I feel like right now there's someone for everyone as far as body perception.
That's what I love
you have
about
like
TikTok.
your Taylor Swift that is like you're like skinnier, but then you have like I know Lizzo's faced a lot of shit for being like a bigger woman, but she very much owns it and is confident. And I feel like there's an entire spectrum of people that you can look at and be like, that person looks like me.
It's why I think it's so annoying seeing stuff like Ozempic, which I agree can be very, very successful if it's like unnatural, if you need it for medical reasons, but like the Ice Spice stuff, and I don't want to throw claims. She's dropped so much weight in about 3 months. It's like I don't want to point the Ozempic card. I don't want to do whatever it is, but I think it's like, it's so harmful when shit like Ozempic's gone so mainstream, and all the people who were like known for like being bigger and being a role model for that get on that, and I'm like, oh, that's so. I'm like, if it makes you happier, sure, but like, is it really making you happier?
I'm a talk from a previously big person's position, because I got a lot of comments from girls being like, I'm so happy for you that you're healthy now, but I'm also sad that I lost a bigger girl role model.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really sad part of the whole Ozempic epidemic that we're seeing right now, is like all of the big stars, which is why I'm so fucking glad that Lizzo is staying Lizzo, and she like even took the piss out of like,
she dressed up as Ozempic.
Yeah.
Isn't she, or something?
Yeah, like the South Park jab that they had at her. She like dressed up as it. Like, as much as I kind of wish I could have stayed bigger to be able to bring empowerment to the bigger girls, obviously it's not very healthy.
That comfortability looks different on every single person. I think I've been trying to figure out how to say that and phrase it correctly, but that self-confidence will look different on every person.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't want to phrase anything incorrectly and get a point across wrong, but it's like, so for Lizzo, she's confident in how she is, and I love that. You're confident in how you are, and that's amazing. No matter how you look, as long as you're confident, that's amazing. And for some people, their goal for being confident might be different for someone else that's being confident.
Yeah.
As long as you're not forcing yourself to fit a certain degree to feel confident, that isn't really how you feel, it's how you should feel. It's like, you feeling good in yourself, that doesn't have a look, that doesn't have a standard, that doesn't have a weight goal, that doesn't have a height goal, you know? Like, as long as you're happy within yourself, then that doesn't have a standard.
Yeah.
I'm really struggling with how to like form that opinion, but
I mean, for me personally, I have found that my very natural weight, whenever I'm like eating kind of what I want to eat, I mean, around my period, I eat so much food.
Everyone does.
I am like a little garbage bin. I will eat anything around my period, and sometimes I get a little bit mad at myself, but then other times I'm like, girl, let yourself have a period, and let yourself, on your period, you do naturally, like, you have a higher metabolism because your body's doing so much more shit. So if you have a period and you crave more food and you eat more food around your period, genuinely don't feel bad about it.
Me, I'm a little goblin on my period as well. Me walking through co-op like my boyfriend get mad as hell. I eat all the dairy milk. For his birthday, it was really cute. The whole like team that he went on tour with got him a massive dairy milk bar for his birthday. Genuinely, it's
about
so
this
normal,
thing.
by the way. It's so normal. Because every time I do, like, because it's bad, I deliver in my co-op shop. I'm not gonna lie. And I go through and I'm like, fine, I'll have that and some donuts and some chocolate. That's so normal, by the way. That's so normal. Every now and then to be like, okay, I just want to eat shit and like actually just be a little shitter for a while. So normal.
Can I be honest? I think it was for Jack's birthday or something. You got him. It was like a flower bunch, but it wasn't flowers.
Yeah,
on it. It was like
dairy milk.
I'm gonna be so honest. Where I was staying around his
You
while
had
he was on tour.
I remember you saying this. You felt so bad. He kept going, I'll replace it. I
had about 4, and then I rearranged them. I rearranged them so it looked like they hadn't been missing. I like took them out. I didn't even put them in his bin. I went outside, walked up the road, and put in a public bin.
Oh,
yeah, you stink. Yeah, you stink.
I'm actually evil.
He probably wouldn't have cared.
I'm actually
so
evil.
Cute.
I'm so evil.
That's so cute.
I just want to point out, every time I want to put, whilst Harry was staying at Jack's, anytime he took anything, even first of all, he was like, nobody touch anything because it's Jack's place. Even if we moved the bench,
I wouldn't let anyone sit on the sofa if the bottle was open.
He was like,
He shagged a girl in his bed.
I shagged my girlfriend.
But then there was one
in his bed.
He gave me permission.
And he had that blanket. You know that blanket?
No, not the heated one.
Oh, with the
No. I want to add. No.
There was an empty condom left in the bedroom.
No, a wrapper. The condom wasn't there. Jack turned around to me. I said, hey, can I shag in your bed? He said, you know what? Yeah, because I know if I turned around to you and said, hey, me and Ellen need a place to crash, you would let me shag in your bed. So I went, you know, out of respect, he let me shag there. And I cleaned all of the sheets.
At first, when we moved,
Yeah.
when he moved in when he like stayed at Jack's, he was like, nobody touch anything. By the end, he was going, guys, I had some of Jack's vodka. I'm gonna replace it.
I did.
Every single thing he was like, I'm gonna replace it. That's also like, and you did. Every single thing you touched, went replacing that.
I left 12
Besides there's fucking skid marks.
I left £12 cash, and I sent him 50 quid on PayPal to replace anything. Because I ended up using his shampoo, and I think I finished. There's a little bit of vodka left. I sent him everything. Okay.
That's
wait,
really cute.
okay, Ellie.
That's so cute.
Okay, Ellie, you were talking about foot asylum. I'm gonna go pee.
I was gonna go pee. No one was talking about
foot asylum.
You pee.
You
No
guys
one was
go
talking about
pee.
foot
I
asylum.
will entertain him. Fuck foot asylum is all I'm
Well, very
saying.
bad. I want to go on it.
You can.
I'm looking for...
You know what? Like, genuinely, because a lot of my friends have gone on that show since I went on, and I'm like, power to you, go for it. The only thing I would say, like, if you're already mentally ill, don't go on it. It's weird because they do a load of, like...
Do they let you leave?
They do it... No.
Hmm.
No. I wasn't... No. But they do a load of mental health checks before. How the fuck did I get... Of course...
Yeah. Well, good mental health.
You know what? I'm gonna be real for a second. I've got like lines on my arms and shit, and like I am consistently taking antidepressants. I'm just confused why I was let on a show like that.
That is mad.
I think it was just numbers. Like, I mean, now I'm kind of I don't know. But to be real, I would go on it again.
Are you?
I would like to rewrite the memory. As much as I feel like I have such bad memories from that show, like genuine.
How long does it last?
2 weeks, 2.5 maybe.
If you make it all the way through, don't they kick people out?
People saying what show? Foot Asylum Locked In.
It's like a big thing.
It's on their YouTube channel. I was on season 1. They're now on like season.
The OG, you like the
or
guinea pig
something.
season. Harry, go piss go.
I mean, my thing is, I don't think I'm at a size where they'll let me in.
Wait, did you explain what locked-in is?
Yeah, you're not at a size where they'll let you in because you need to be fat or so that they can take the piss out of you.
Have you explained
Is
what
what I
locked-in is?
experienced.
For anyone who doesn't know what locked-in is, it's essentially Big Brother, but with you like influencers.
Yeah, it's Big Brother for YouTubers.
I feel like
And
your season was such a guinea pig season where they took very influential people at the time, but from very different areas of YouTube, and they didn't really have much control over it. They kind of went, like Big Brother, we're going to throw you in a room and see what happens. And they didn't really control it, whereas now, like, it's a lot more monitored.
Yeah.
And it's like...
You know what my issue was like, I had said to the, like, team a lot of times off camera, like, I need help. I'm really struggling. Like, I would like someone to talk to. Like, I don't know. There was a lot of times where I was very vulnerable to the people that were running it, but I didn't get support, and it was broadcasted, my kind of like almost breakdowns, not even breakdowns, just like where I was very vulnerable and I was like, I'm really struggling, I need help, would get put in the episode, and then I wouldn't even get like someone to talk to.
And what's so annoying is that I feel like they took that, but they made their content out of it first, but then they went, okay, we're going to use that for future episodes, because I feel like now there was somebody recently who, I don't know if I should talk about it, there was somebody in this season, I didn't watch it, but I kept up. There was somebody who had like an OnlyFans leak. They used to do like kind of how do you? It's not porn. It's kind of self stuff.
Lewds.
Like lewds, and it got leaked, and they removed them from the house. I don't know if it was that reason or for another reason.
Oh, right.
But they removed them. I'm guessing for the mental. I don't know why. But it feels like they kind of took you and went, okay, we'll use that for future examples. But for now, like this is good.
Mm-hmm.
And like when you're that first season, you're kind of like that guinea pig. But it's like, was your in like.
They had like a couple of like professional like psychiatrists, psychologists come and speak to me, and I had a couple of like calls. I just like looking back, I'm just so shocked that they didn't just get me out.
Is that entirely your experience? Is there anything you look back on and go, that was nice, or is it entirely kind of not clouded because it was a very huge issue you went through, but is it you entirely, every good experience you could have had in that situation was kind of overshadowed by that, oh, but I had that?
Pretty much. Like, a lot of it feels very forced. The only thing that I really look back at with, like, a really nice feeling is the friendship that I had with Becky.
Yeah.
Which is so weird because...
Which is something you cling on to in that situation.
I'm gonna be so real. Me and Becky weren't friends for a little bit, where we're friends again now.
Yeah.
Have I told you that? I've like messaged her,
Yeah,
we've like
yeah.
smoothed things out. We weren't friends for a while. So like for me to look back on that experience and think of my friendship with Becky and the times that I spent with Becky as being the best part of it is kind of mad. But genuinely, Becky was such an angel. Becky's in Bambino Becky, yeah. We weren't friends for a couple of years. We're good again now.
Yeah.
People saying I'm glad you're friends again.
You've changed so much since that point as well. I know that like you were talking a little bit before about your like progression as a person and like your growth now, and obviously you've had like your surgery since then and stuff. And it's like, do you look at that person in foot asylum? Because I feel like a lot of people, when they go through like mental like trauma, essentially they separate that. I know I've done it. They separate that person as like a different person. Do you look back at that time, if you look back at it at all, and go, that's a different person, I don't even see me in that person anymore? Or is there, do you feel like, I don't want to say that it was integral to your growth or anything, but is there anything that you felt like you gained out of it, or like anything, or is it just entirely like this like,
I feel like it's, you know what, I feel
not
like
forcing you to see a positive out of it, by the way. I don't want to look like I'm being like, hey, look in, hey. But,
oh,
like,
it's
genuinely.
it's so cute how much love there is for Bambino Becky in the chat, because genuinely she is
We'll
lovely.
have Becky on the show eventually.
When
God knows she'll
I
come
said
on.
that we didn't talk for a couple of years, it's nothing major.
No, yeah, it's
Don't
nothing-
like, she is lovely and I love her. I literally messaged her earlier today, but when I kind of look back at like locked in era Eleanor, it's not like that's its own little phase in time. It's like, it feels like it's like obese Eleanor and then like healthy Eleanor.
I feel like it was pre your blow. Did you feel like that you had a point where you blew up? I felt there was, I guess COVID.
I
COVID
blew
like
up
a big
before locked in.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people like they separate themselves at different points in their journey. I feel like a lot of people like COVID is a big blow up, but I feel like for you, you had your blow up way before then.
I
So,
had
like,
I had a bit of a blow up before COVID, and then COVID happened, and that
you had like a BBC article about you in like 2020, 2021, like before COVID.
You know what, that BBC article, you know,
I read it and I was like, that's
peace
not
and
Ellie.
peace and love, but they printed it a bit wrong, and I ended up having to like tweet being like, there's parts of this that are not right, and so they emailed me and they were like, we're so sorry, let us put it
Do you
right.
want
And I
water
was
or
like,
anything,
well,
by the
do
way?
it then.
Can we take a glass of water or anything?
I'm alright, I need a pee, but I'm a
You can go piss whenever you want. Sorry, I drink from this manky water bottle for ages, and whenever anybody else drinks from it, I'm like, I can get you a glass of water, by the way.
Oh, it's so cute. People are being really nice about Becky.
No, but like,
I
yeah,
like that, because for like a long time people were like, oh my god, you and Becky enemies, and I'm like, well,
yeah,
no.
no.
If there's
It happens in content as well. I feel like
when you're
especially
so close
when you're
online.
so close, I feel like it's also very hard because the thing is, the internet, the job that you have is a numbers game. I feel like it's so easy to, this isn't me talking for that situation. I think generally speaking, it's so easy for. I even sometimes fall victim to it with even like Harry. Sometimes I go, he goes live and I go, oh, he's got like twice as many viewers as me. Oh, and it's that thing where it's just sometimes it's a numbers game and you fall victim to that, and that's no fault of your own. It's just the game of your job. And it's like it's such a toxic environment that sometimes it's hard to slip into in whatever regard, whether it's numbers or like popularity or like anything. It's a very hard game to slip into, especially when you're on a show like Locked In, where you're constantly being perceived by the public, but you have no control. Harry's just peeing, guys. When you're being perceived 24 hours a day with no control over what is being put out about you.
Genuinely,
No
that was the
idea how you're
scariest
coming
part,
across.
yeah.
And it's terrifying. I think that is just like the question of like, it's a part of you that you've kind of made it clear that you see as like a previous version of you. But do you kind of entirely cut it out, or is there part of you where you go, I'm grateful for her, however we don't talk about her, like...
I mean, yeah, that's how I feel about like the first half of my career, is like, I'm glad it all happened. Oh, kicked your PC.
Kicks the PC, turns it off. By
I'm
the way.
glad
Do you
you're-
like how it's hanging out because of Harry?
Lol.
He keeps saying, I can fix it.
My
You can't.
PC is so fragile that if I'd have just kicked it like that, it would be off. But you know what? With Becky, I look back with only good feelings. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people that's, I don't know. I look back at me in that era and I'm like, not ideal. But you know, like I try to never really look back at anything with bad feelings. I
Especially-
mean, it's always been me. You know what?
Yes, that's what I was gonna
this
say.
is one thing I'm learning in therapy right now. Is like you have to be the nicest person to yourself because who else is gonna be? Like I've realized that I like bully myself a little bit internally in my head, and it's like no, you like I don't know. Every like kind of bad decision I make is a little bullying moment, and I'm like no.
You also, like, the content you do is very isolated, where it's like, when you make a true crime, you sit and you're on your own and you do it, whereas, like, a lot of other YouTubers, again, can you tell I'm tweaking because I'm drunk? A lot of other YouTubers kind of have the privilege of kind of, like, being able to reach out to other people and do content with other people. When you have content that's just you become so aware that you're by yourself and your content is by you. So when it comes to being with other people, there's that, first of all, benefit of being like, oh, I'm with other people, this is really nice, but then also, I'm not used to this, like other people have better relationships. It's like, it's that thing that like, you know how there's that TikTok sound of Isaac, Italian Batch, where he's like, the voice you hear 90% of the day is your own.
Yeah.
But it's so true. However much I'm like, oh God, it's like the One Direction imagines. It's like, it's true though. Like, and even more so when you make content that is extremely isolated.
Ah!
Oh God, Harry's back. Okay, we're gonna let Eleanor piss.
Yay!
Yes.
The go pee. Oh, guys, I'm drunk.
Yes!
Guys, I'm drunk.
That's meant.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
I just saw. I just saw a sad TikTok.
Was it Italian Batch saying 90% of the voice you hear is yourself?
No, it was someone made an edit, and it was me to Chromacopia, where it goes, "Promise I'm gonna make it out," and it keeps repeating it, and it's clips of me back from I was like 11 up until now, and it was so sad. It made me cry while having a piss, and I was like, "That's so sweet."
Are you guys sorry? Oh, it does make me
I just
kinda sad.
reposted it, guys. If you want to see it, check out my TikTok.
My brain's
repost.
rejecting admitting that 'cause it's gonna make me sad. Are you guys enjoying this Fireball Friday episode? This is kind of an OG Fireball Friday style episode.
It is. It actually is. This is like we took it back because we're actually sloshed.
Yeah, I'm actually fucked. I keep tweaking.
It's the buzzballs. We need to get on the.
Can you
buzzballs.
tell? I keep tweaking. My biggest fear is that I'll say something. I think especially when we're talking about something very serious like body perception.
Yeah.
I think it's so objective that like I don't want to say anything that speaks for maybe myself but not for somebody else. So like I keep like trying to be like I want to speak generally and I'm scared of phrasing it incorrectly because God knows in the past I've had Twitter accounts be like this is a transcript of what Lexie said and I've read it back and I've gone that's not what I meant but I said it.
Yeah, but I think that's just out of context.
Have your legs kicking? Are
They
you
were
like?
kicking.
Are your legs kicking? We've run out of alcohol, by the way.
I think we have one more question
We
anyway.
have a few more questions.
Do we?
We'll move on from locked in, but we have like maybe a couple more. But honestly, I feel like this episode could go on forever.
In it, Tom just got
Well-
back. I miss Tom. We have 3.
We have 3 more, and then one more is like a short term question. But yeah, it's like a really tricky question because I want to speak for everybody, but also I don't want to like make anybody feel isolated. But when you're speaking from an objective point of view, someone's always going to be kind of isolated in a sense because you're talking for yourself. So
Wait,
that's why it's
pass.
stressful.
Can you pass my beer?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna neck it again.
Yes, sir. Oh, I want another buzzball. Well, Harry, can you run to the shop and give me a buzzball?
Is it open?
Yeah.
I got the fireball and the buzz. I got fireball past 3 weeks, by the way, chat.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
To be fair, it's because you kept like being late and fucking up and stuff, so you kept going, I'll get the fireball.
I kept being late.
No, every time there was a reason
Chat,
you
I
go,
want
I'm
you-
getting the fireball.
Chat, I
I
want-
was never late, I'd just be not in town, by the way. There was always reasons you go, I'll get the buzzball this week because I did this. I'll get the buzzball because I did this. Like,
I'm never late. I'm always like, I'll get there 10 minutes before. And I do.
Should I go grab some buzzballs?
You want to go grab the buzzballs?
Should I go grab another 3, same flavours?
Yeah.
You have to entertain. I'm going to be... Okay, wait, chat. I'm going to come back once I've got my shoes and my coat on. Ellie, do you want the same flavour of buzzball?
Yeah.
I'm going to go get some more.
What, you're going out of your house?
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's a Harry.
She's going to the shop in the middle of a Fireball Friday.
We've done that before.
Well,
It's a Harry and Eleanor.
it's
episode.
nearly midnight, guys. It's
What's the time? Let's see.
1:30
Fucking hell,
butterfly.
it's
Okay,
butterfly.
gang. Ready? Let it be known.
OOTD.
Oh, OTD. I'm doing another jacket now. I'm running to the store now. Okay, ready?
sprint. It's like a speed run. She'll be back within 5 minutes. That's the maddest part. That's actually the maddest part. How are you finding Fibre Friday so far?
Enjoying it.
Are you actually?
Yeah, this is so much fun.
So many people are so scared to come on here.
Unfortunately, I have exposed a lot of my dark secrets. But that's
Not
okay.
really. We whenever it gets like where we go, oh my god, this could be really bad, we cut people off. You haven't been cut off yet. Like cut off from saying stuff.
What? Who's been cut off before?
There's been like when Toby got really drunk, I wasn't there. I passed out on the sofa, they carried on for another hour.
Jesus.
That was like the worst episode. But like that's when we go, like if someone goes to say something, Charlie Roxburgh.
Oh. What was he saying?
Charlie nearly got sued over his episode here.
Fuck off.
Because he broke an NDA that Astrid Wet doesn't run her OnlyFans. Instead it's run by her manager, and her manager messages everyone, and he would message people sometimes pretending to be
What,
Astrid
like being
Wet.
horny?
Yeah. It's like, did you see that? Oh my god, who's that footballer who got exposed for DMing Astrid Wet? I get like locked in with all the football. I get, because my girlfriend.
Locked in. Boo.
Because I get.
Wait, can I go get my vape and vape off screen?
You can vape on stream.
I don't vape though, guys, so. I don't
It
even.
doesn't matter. We won't get banned. If you're comfortable, you can. Yeah, no. For anyone watching the Charlie episode, he only got sued for it. It was because he broke an NDA and then they threatened to sue. Oh, it's got really foggy in here all of a sudden.
Have you ever watched the Cancel podcast with Tana Mojo? Sorry, again, I'm a big Tana Mojo fan, but so it's between Tana and Brooke. You don't want to. Oh, he's picking up the fucking fly
Do you
swatter.
want to? It didn't hurt. Do you want to go?
But say you're Brooke, I'm Tana. Every time the camera is on Brooke.
Hello, I'm Brooke. They can't even see the smoke.
Anyway, Tana's vaping all over her. It's funny.
Do you want to go? It didn't hurt.
Show me.
I'm really worried because it didn't work for a while last time. But it was mint. Chat, it doesn't hurt, so it's not TOS. It's not harm. It's fun. It's called playing.
It's actually for your feet. Thank you.
Oh, it was on my jeans. That's mint. That's
I love that they give you a big bottle of water on Fireball Friday.
You get a big bottle, I don't. I get told to drink from the tap like a fucking horse.
You joked about having herpes earlier. So...
I don't have herpes.
Yeah, but if you joke about it, unfortunately, I can't share this.
My
bit of water.
biggest fear ever is having herpes and getting murdered. No, getting stabbed in the stomach.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
I watched a short film on YouTube called Armani. It's a true story about this guy called Armani, who used to be like, he was a bit of a GM, he was a bit of a gang member growing up, and he made his life better, became a estate agent, and he robbed this kid when he was growing up, yeah? And then he moved out, goes back to his hometown like 10 years later. They remember him for robbing this kid, stabbing him in the street. Now he's like an author and stuff.
Oh
and
shit,
good.
he lived
He
through
lived,
it?
but it was like this horrible short film, and it's my biggest fear is getting stabbed in the stomach.
Fucking hell. There is such a thing about like you make a bad reputation for yourself in your hometown and then you move away as soon as you go back.
That was so quick.
Lexie back!
Have we got buzzballs?
Yes!
Yay! Oh, another chocolate milk.
You know what's so?
Carry back,
you know-
carry back.
You know what's so mad? We've been doing. How long have we been doing
the
Fibre
strawberry
Friday
Rita?
for?
Maybe like a couple months.
We've been doing Fibre Friday for how many
Same
months?
flavour again, or do you want the chili mang?
Wait, do you want
Is the chili mango actually spicy?
It's, yeah.
I'm like, oh.
You can try it if you want. But I'm happy to
3
have it.
minutes 40 seconds?
They're doing 3 minutes!
You did really well.
Well done.
I'm not gonna lie, I ran down those stairs and the second I went outside and there was a car, I was like...
There's a really weird bit in your apartment building.
There's a part that looks like there should be an elevator or something.
It
It's just
should
an empty
be
gap.
a room.
Yeah, it
That I
should
didn't
be.
think about until every person that comes in goes, A lift should be there.
This is the first time I've ever been to Lexie's apartment building, right? And I walked in downstairs earlier and I went, right, what's around that corner?
Everyone gives
and I
5
kept
in my
walking
chat.
and I went, wait, what's around that corner? I turned round. Why is it just it's like a room without a door.
When I first moved, a homeless person slept in there, so that's all I think of. I don't think of it as a lift room. I think of it as just a space room.
Every time my girlfriend comes over, I go, oh, we'll take the lift. And I just walk into the room, she follows me, and we stand there for like 5 seconds. For it. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's move on to the next question.
So
you
were doing something, right?
Okay, so I don't. Do you want to finish the conversation you were having, or?
Oh yeah.
Spilling!
It's
chocolate milk as well. You
Spillage is licking.
It's lickage. So you were a frequent flyer in the London group. You were very much in the London circles. Again, we spoke a little bit about this. You had your blow up way before COVID, so you were very much at your peak when like COVID hit, when a lot of people blew up. Then you transitioned into the Brighton group. So what was your comparison to the London circles where you were in? We both know the London circle. Sorry, can you tell my breath?
London circle, everyone loves cocaine.
Yeah, honestly, where everyone's a coke loving, it's kind of like very number centric parties where you turn to a party, you maybe don't know everyone. That like London circle. Your London circle's amazing, by the way, but the general London circle that you were also a part of, where it's kind of like high flyers, like, you know, the high ones rise, to Brighton, where it's like everyone's just mates. Yeah. How have you found, first of all, both sides? How have you found the transition? Which one do you prefer? Which you've already answered? Like,
I mean, yeah, it is really different. I mean, I'm very grateful that my friends were never like the craziest fucking like coke fueled bitches in the industry. I mean, there was a little bit. There was a little bit occasionally, but it could have been way worse. I had such a great group. I've always been so grateful for the little gay group that I had in London. But I have to say Brighton is so much better. Yeah. Like the friend group, the social scene in Brighton is so much more genuine. I mean, my friend group in London is so genuine, but that is my friend group, rather than the Brighton like creator scene is so much more genuine than any London creator scene is.
But at the London group, the highs when you find the people that are your people are high, but the lows when you're at the parties and they make you feel like a nobody, or you feel like it's very number centric, are the lows.
When you meet True Geordie and he goes, sorry, am I supposed to know who you are?
Literally.
And then he goes, let me have a poo on your mouth.
Literally. Whereas like Brighton, I feel like we really don't have that hierarchy.
Yeah.
It's more like, if anything, it's like a friendship hierarchies.
Sorry, no, I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to cut everyone off. This man in chat, no.
The heck is this?
Hold on, I don't know why it's gotten I feel horrible cutting everyone off.
What does it all mean?
This person in chat, his entire chat message has been asking for me to give Lexie my watch, and I'm really confused by it. Give Lexie a watch. Give Lexie a watch a hat. Give Lexie a watch the reward. Give Lexie a watch the reward for being quick. I don't know if this is a weird fetish thing. You're not getting my watch. But I feel like I've seen that about 10 times now, and I thought I was going crazy. I didn't mean to interrupt the story, but I don't know if it's a watch kink.
Watch king?
But it was like, it threw me off a bit. Sorry, continue.
What was I saying?
Can't remember what we were saying.
Brighton.
Basically,
the Brighton group has more of a, not a hierarchy, I don't want to say the word hierarchy, but it's more like a genuinely friendship centric, where it's like,
I've been kind of meaning to move here for 2 years. Do you remember when I came over for like
2
that
years
week?
ago? That summer 2 years ago.
2 years ago, I came to Brighton for a week and I messaged all the Brighton creators being like, I'm coming to kind of test it out for a week because I would love to live there. I came, I tested it out, and then I met Jack Manifold.
Oh.
So then I went back to London and I was dating this boy that lived in Brighton anyway. So I kind of lived half the time in Brighton and in London. So I was like, okay, there's no major need to move to Brighton ASAP. I mean, I still have my London apartment. Me and Jack kind of need it, where we always have like events. and I have an office day every week in London with all of my team. Like, we kind of need to be in London a lot of the time. I'm really grateful I have my London apartment still, but I've been meaning to move to Brighton for years.
You've always been like that as well. I remember so vividly that there was a Airbnb that you got when you came down and had a balcony.
Yes.
I always remember
a little terrace bit. It was beautiful.
I always remember that. But it's genuinely.
I had G on it.
Yes. I will
I
always
had
remember.
some cancelled people on it.
Like who? Like who?
Well,
Go on, go say. No, to be fair, the person that was on it wasn't very cancelled.
Yeah, no, the person who.
It was Ash.
Yeah.
Cancelled by association.
It was Ash.
And continued
Ash
association.
got cancelled by association.
Yeah, he just doesn't like it when babies cry on planes. To be honest.
And do you know what?
And homeless people, I heard.
I'm gonna be so real. Ash has been nothing but nice to me.
That's what that was one of the ones that hurt.
One of my friends always calls him the baby hater because he once tweeted
Ash baby.
Ash baby, you know about Ash baby?
Once tweeted like 3-4 times about like how a baby was crying on a flight, and my friend was like, "Damn, he hates that babies exist."
Yeah,
that was one that
I liked his vlogs quite a lot. That's so fucking real because I loved the Ash Kabosu vlogs. Like they were so peaceful.
There are some people.
What's Ash baby?
There are some people that they
That's
themselves
Ash baby.
might not necessarily. That's Ash baby.
Ash baby!
Oh, it's a baby in Ash.
It's a baby he's
nothing to
made
do
out of
with-
ash.
There are some people that in themselves do nothing wrong. Oh god, we're drunk talking now. That in themselves do nothing wrong, but the associations and things they let slide in themselves make
Yes.
it them harmful people.
That was genuinely the hardest part for me when like so many people were getting cancelled and exposed as
Yeah.
horrible people. It's enough to like acknowledge that that person that you thought was fair
But
and nice
it's working
is
through
horrible.
the tree of
But then yeah, so you're kind of like grieving that person or what you thought they were. But then it goes beyond that where people are like, okay, but I'm going to stick with him. And it's like, well, now you're a shithead by
grief is so true.
association.
And grief is such a good word. Genuinely,
It-
like the amount of time I've
genuinely.
grieved friends is crazy.
That's what Jack Manifold has been kind of calling it, is like,
grieving.
I feel like I am grieving the friends that I once knew. Like his, genuinely, I'm not going to say by name, but you know the one, like he was Jack's first like create a friend, brought him to Brighton, introduced him to everyone, showed him the fucking ropes, and then all of this has come out and he's like,
And everyone has an experience with that person. Everyone has an experience of this person feeling like a home and feeling like a safe space, and then being like, oh shit.
genuinely
What?
like
Every
a
single person does.
month before it came out, we were all at his house. And I mean, I've never really spoken to him all that much. I've been more friends with his friends, but nothing ever felt weird.
yeah.
No one ever thought of him as weird until it was kind of shown to us in that light, and we were like, fuck, never realized that it was like that behind closed doors.
And it's
so
I think the thing which annoys me about when stuff like that comes out is within, and I'll say the name for content story, within like 24 hours of everything coming out about Wilbur, everyone was hounding after his friends, going, say something.
yeah.
And it's I don't think people comprehend that to you this is internet drama.
It's characters.
This is people you see in your screens. This is like real life people you thought were good people. Over you go to bed, you think they're true, you wake up, it's a completely different story, you go, oh my fucking god. People can't comprehend that in 24 hours. People, like, this is real life, friends being lost, people you thought were cool, complete perception change. It's like, it's completely different. And it really annoys me whenever something comes out, people are going, why aren't you saying anything about this? And I'm like,
especially like
I haven't fathomed it yet.
yeah, especially like Tommy, Jack, like people that have known him since they were genuinely children, like they were teenagers. They grew up with this person. He was a mentor figure for them. Like Jack visited Brighton for the first time, staying at this guy's house. He showed him Brighton. You know, it's so sad to then like wake up one day and hear all of this from one person, like a side that you had never seen or expected ever before in your life.
It's this weird thing as well of like, do you know how people can make, God, I'm really scared I'm going to phrase this the wrong way. You know how people make human mistakes? Like, you know when your mate messes up and you go, you've messed up, but okay. There's that weird thing of being like, you see someone that you thought was your very good friend, they make like a mistake, you go, okay, then you find out later down the line
it was a mistake. They have a history.
They really messed up. There's also like a degree of, I feel like a lot of people experienced that with a certain person where they saw several little mistakes. They went, okay, you've been a bit of a dickhead, but like, okay, I'm your mate, so I get that. Then they see later down the line that wasn't the case, and it's also processing those little mistakes that I saw from you weren't little mistakes. They were actually hints to your character, and now I feel guilty for having not seen it earlier.
I think it comes down to parasocialism, where people, especially with, I think it happens so much with streamers. Streamers, I think, is the main like social media thing where people get parasocial because they can respond to your chat messages. Yeah. They can do this, and they could think that they're your friend.
And people rely on the IRLs to make a response to then, because people want IRLs to make a response. They can go, see, I knew that wasn't the case.
Yeah, and it's like, and I think that plays that really, the parasocialism really plays into it, and it does. People don't fathom. They think they're their mate. They don't know what their actual mates are like. They don't think their actual mates don't realise. Okay, yeah, he's kind of like that, and then you go, oh my fucking god, you're blinded by a lot, but people can't really fathom that.
There's so many layers to it.
Yeah.
But also, I'm gonna be so real. When something comes out online, like a big cancellation, everyone that knows them in person has to take that situation and look at it in a lens where they also know everything that person has done, like in real life,
yeah, that
you guys might not know about. And I'm not gonna lie, he had done a lot of weird.
There are people who would know. If you imagine it as a tree, there were oh my god, I saw the best analogy.
There were a lot of people that felt either weirded out or like, yeah, there were a lot of people that were like, yeah, no, you've done weird things in the past, and then Miss Queen comes out and does her live stream, and we go, well, yeah,
exactly. So you know when, imagine you see a tree. Imagine you see a big tree in the middle of a field, right?
Imagine you see a tree and
it's
really fucked up and it's got like long hair and glasses.
And you see it from one angle and you go, wow, this tree like it's kind of fucked up from this angle. And you've seen like a quarter of the tree and you haven't seen the other 3/4 of the tree that's also fucked up.
This is a fucking good
analogy, right? So it's like, a lot of people saw 1/4, but then another person saw like a different quarter.
You want to hope that the rest of the tree
is fine.
Is nice. Yeah. Because you believe in that person and they've shown you such a genuine and vulnerable side and such a nice side.
All these people are from different angles and they're seeing a different quarter of the tree that's fucked up, but they're all hoping the other 3/4 is good. So when all of these quarters come together and it turns out this entire tree, besides maybe, I don't want to say the entire tree.
There's probably like a branch or two that's fine.
But
God, so many of them branches is weird as fuck.
Are rancid.
And some of them branches are shagging girls that are too young as well.
By the way, I don't want this to be like we're entirely talking about Wilbur. This is a very general statement to a lot of people, by the way. We used Wilbur as an example earlier. I don't want this to be about...
Allegedly to what Ellie said, by the way.
He's not the only person ever.
I said it though.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Obviously you said it, and I'm not agreeing or disagreeing, but allegedly.
But like...
It's not tea, yeah, that's me. But it's like for one person to, it's that thing of you see 1/4 of a tree and you kind of go, oh okay, but the rest of it, I assume they're a good person, and then you kind of see the rest of it and you're like, you hear the other quarters of the tree and you're like, oh okay, no, the tree was actually kind of rancid.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Brighton's great, but the Brighton group, we reconvened and we're back together. No, the anxiety isn't going to kill because we said what we said to be so real.
My anxiety is gonna go, yes, bitch!
No, but the point still stands.
My video about Mike Tyson came out today. So if I was to have any anxiety, it's because of the 700 million boysies in my DMs going,
I like boysies.
I want to say, but I do want to make the bottom line that was a very...
Wait, do you mean boysies?
We're speaking generally. However much people...
Oh my god, he said I like boysies. No.
Okay. However much there are...
I thought boysies was a cute name. I didn't know it was a Nazi reference. I didn't know you meant boysies as in like boy Nazis. May I add, I'm not that. I just want to put that out there. I had no idea that's what that was a reference to. I had no idea.
Fuck Mike Tyson.
That's a really bad...
Wait, sorry, what?
Ellie said we have 7...
Wait, mute the fucking...
No, because I need to give... Ellie said, I did the Mike Tyson video. I'll have 700 million boysies in my DMs calling me a piece of shit. I go, oh my God, boysies. I like that. I didn't realise it was a mashup of boy and Nazi.
Is it?
That was a custom mashup. I think you made that
Okay,
up
guys,
now.
the bottom line I want to say is I know we said a couple of examples during that allegedly, but the analogy of the tree speaks generally to so many people in the industry. I know that people on Twitter love to like fill ideas to like fit an idea. We're speaking generally. There are so many people in the industry that are fucked. Every single person has an example that can fit that analogy. We're not talking about anyone in particular. We're talking about our personal ideas, but the iceberg fits everybody, by the way.
And I don't
Sorry, I don't want that to like get
and
messy.
I am not
want
a boysy. I really want to put that out.
You know what I am though? A Mike Tyson hater. Fuck Mike Tyson. Has he lost yet?
The fight doesn't start for another hour.
It's like 4 a.m. our time, isn't it? Has everyone watched the Freaky Friday? Go watch the Freaky Friday. Leave a thumbs up.
Anyone on Twitter who tries to beef us, chat, please can you defend us? We're speaking generally. Oh God, I'm scared.
Wait, Harry's got a
I have such a
Freaky
good
Friday.
case to make Freaky Friday about. I saw this thing.
Fuck Mike Tyson. Thanks, girls.
These two music artists who switched body. It was Chris Brown and Lil Dicky.
Fuck off.
And Lil Dicky woke up in Chris Brown's body. This is so hot, I think it's Freaky Friday.
What? Wonder if you can say what?
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 Oh, then he goes, wonder if I can say the N-word, but I can't.
I can really say the N-word.
Fireball Friday
Sing
Cinematic
that
Universe
for
of the
you.
front lines. Anyone remember the James Charles remix?
Remember when James Charles went? Remember when James Charles went? I like my Skechers. I like you Gucci shoes. And then it was like the Lopez twins in the back going crazy.
Yeah. Wait.
Huh?
What is this?
Can I really say the S word?
I'm their sister!
You know what? I hate James Charles because of all the like Predator shit, but like that's great.
This was the thing with James Charles. It was like first thing that came out. It was like was like sexting with someone. They lied about their age. Like okay, you know what? That's fair. And then it happened 4 more times. I'm like, bro, start asking for a driving license.
Yeah, like get off fucking Hinge, or you're doing it intentionally.
Get on Raya. Get on Raya, man.
But that's the issue. I think he was, and they were still underage. Like I watched the cancelled podcast episode with Jeffree Star.
Jeffree Star needs to kill himself, man.
Well, I love Tanner and Brooke, and I kind of hate that they had Jeffree Star on this podcast because I really don't like him. But whatever, they had him on, and he gave a lot of insight into that whole era of YouTube. And you know when Tati made that video being like,
"Bye, sister,"
and James Charles was like,
"You did it at my birthday dinner."
Yeah, at the
sucking
birthday
dick and cock.
At the birthday dinner, he was supposedly like manipulating this straight waiter. Jeffree Star sits there in the cancelled podcast that was uploaded the other day saying, yes, I was at that birthday dinner. James Charles was
I watched the TikTok clip.
Predatoring on the waiter, bought a hotel room that night for him and the waiter to go back to, and then the waiter decided that he didn't want to do it. Fair enough, wasn't cool with it. And James was like, but I've paid for the room now. Like, horrific. Horrific. And I feel like that's a lot of what James Charles was like, I have the money, I have the fame, why don't you want to?
He was in, do you know the story from about a month ago?
Did you know that, James, wait, what were you, I was going to say about James Charles and I'm Alex.
Me, Jack, Tom and James.
James Charles?
I was on stream, and Jack and Tom were on stream with me on Discord, and I do this thing. There's this streamer from about 5 years ago called Voice Over Pete. He was about 60. Ended up being a bit creepy, but one of my mods, he's like a meme in my community, and one of my mods has a fake account called Voice Over Pete, and I think it's funny to add him into calls. So I go.
Look at them all, they're like, oh my god.
So I go, oh my god, guys, voiceover Pete's, and I add him. And then Tom goes, oh, I can up you on this. And Tom keeps scrolling through his friend list, see who he can add. He adds James Charles. We remove him within 30 seconds. A minute later, he gets a DM going, what was that about? And Tom goes, oh, sorry, accident.
From James.
Yeah,
James Charles DM.
James Charles.
Tommy in.
Going, what was that about? Sorry, accident. And then it's about 11 p.m. I see on my timeline, James Charles is in heaven, London.
London!
He was
the place where bouncers will throw you on the floor for being a good friend.
He was in the UK, and James definitely thought Tom wanted to like link up and like added him to the call to like try and like make plans, dude. He was like within 40 minutes from me because I hadn't moved down here yet, and I was like, holy fuck. Imagine he joined. That actually would have been a movie.
I mean, I don't know James Charles from Adam, but the only thing I have ever heard about him was when I was still friends with a certain cancelled commentary YouTuber.
Who? I'm Alex.
You already said I'm Alex. I love Ellie has the habit of saying the name and then actually
I just
5 minutes later.
I just didn't want to be the one to say him. I'm glad that you said it. Genuinely, it's
allegedly.
It's really fucked up all our heads, honestly, because I actually used to be semi-good friends with Alex. He lived in my local area, so I saw him on like nights out, you know. I never saw him beyond that. We were never friends. We never had a rapport, you know. But I remember when he went and met up with James Charles, that he went to his hotel room. And I remember him coming back and being like, nothing happened because there were loads of bodyguards in the room. Just like, and he was like, well, I'm obviously not going to do... What?
Can you...
Well, I said it. I don't know. Like, what am I going to do now?
Yeah, to be fair, it's been sad.
I mean, Alex isn't even on YouTube anymore. Who even gives a fuck?
Doesn't even hurt. Yeah, it's not even going. It actually doesn't hurt. I think that's because I'm drunker, but I actually can't feel the thing. Anyway, you know what? I think that's it.
Yeah, we have a few more questions, but we can call it.
Do we have anything else?
15 past.
Who should come on to Fireball Friday next? Select
yeah, who
someone.
do you nominate? It's a nice bucket.
Bambino Becky.
Bambino Becky! Do you know what? So the thing is, there's a few people in Brighton that like, with the set being my bed dragged forward.
You've already had Jack on, right?
Yeah. By the way, having Eleanor sit and having Eleanor sit and watch as we drag my bed forward for this is so humiliating. There's a certain amount of people that I'm like, okay, you're my mate. I don't mind you sitting and watch us drag my bed forward and sit on my bed to drink.
Have you had James Marriott? Oh, he doesn't drink. Wait, but you can do a fun non-alcoholic version.
We're gonna actually start a 0%
Have you had
podcast.
Pinely on?
We want to have Aura on.
I love Pinely.
So we like there's certain people that we're like we want on, but we also are like we should probably have a set before we ask them.
She was saying this as they were pulling this set together, right? You know, this bed is usually pressed against the wall. You probably can't tell. But she's pulled it right over to a
with
desk
its frying
so that
pans,
we can sit on.
Frying pans under the
There's
leg.
a couple of frying pans and a Colleen Hoover.
But set will be set is pending. Set will be soon.
I had a long chat with Toby the other day, guys. It's happening.
Ooh, people are wanting Quabby.
Bambino Becky's your election. That will be happening soon.
Someone in chat said Zoil. That's already happened.
Yes, it's already happened.
Well, ask Pinely if Pine's around, because
Zoil.
Pinely would be an interesting person to interview. Adam would be so much fun.
Pinely is so much fun. You should have.
I love Adam.
James Marriott, but with a non-alcoholic fireball. Love him.
I think James is. I think I briefly mentioned it. I think he's trying to step away from live content in general.
Oh, really?
Wait,
who?
Like, James.
James, yeah.
I
think so, guys.
Will and E would be good.
We'll say again.
We do not have Will and E poll.
I mean, I think I do, but
You do.
I think
Weed Wednesday with Bilzer.
We're gonna start a podcast. Hopefully, our next plan is that we're gonna start a podcast 0%, which will be like films and a bit more like professional. So we'll have people like James, like Tommy, like G, like people who don't drink. It'll be a little bit more put together, a little bit more recorded, a bit more filtered. That we could put together so that we can have people like, you know, George Mimulus, James, G, etc. Hopefully, maybe. But yeah, just know that's pending. But we'll have a VOD channel too. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. This episode could go on for 1,000,000 years because I feel like I'm mid-yap. We're going to continue this
We
off camera.
yapped to the
how we
heavens.
yapped.
Before we end, does anyone fancy a go?
No thanks. We love you all
kind
so
of
much.
wanna-
It doesn't hurt. Wait, no, it actually
You
doesn't
said it.
hurt. On my life, look. You just gotta
on.
slap it a bit. See?
Yeah, no, I kind of don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not being out.
LEXIE.
Love you all so
gotta hold my
much.
hand.
Peace and love. I love you all so much. We'll see you all next Friday. Can you use #Fireball Friday because everything trending is about Mike Tyson.
And follow our channels.
Yeah. Follow me, follow Harry, subscribe to Eleanor if you're not
Follow
already.
me and also post loads of clips of this. I want to
Yes!
see. So I want to remember.
Just
Put
not
it on
the Wilbur
TikTok.
ones. Yippee!
Bye!